has any form of intention.
Her intention is how much entertainment can she get from a situation.
That's pretty on brand. Like you got to give it to him. He's not wrong about that.
Is that Christmas music in the background? What is that?
No, that's music that Kate put in Roll20.
Wait, you can have music in Roll20?
That way, Aurora doesn't get his stream stuff taken down for.
Yeah, I need like generic music. Otherwise, YouTube is just like, no, fuck off.
Pirates of the Caribbean for pirates.
Yeah, no, you can't. That's Disney.
No, yeah, that's Disney, and Disney's just like, no, fuck off.
It would get posted, and like 4 seconds before the post went live,
Immediately lawsuit.
The AI would find it and be like, "The fuck are you doing?"
Because that's what happened.
Right, because all you have to do is change 2 notes and leave everything else the same, and there ain't shit they can do because that's a derivative work of a fucking Elder Scrolls song.
Really?
If you go back in Oblivion, if you go back and listen, there's a song from Oblivion which is essentially the fucking Pirates of the Caribbean theme. I'm not saying they stole it or anything like that, but you can easily change a note or two and get away with it as long as you go in and actually change it.
And maybe change the pitch of everything just a little bit, make it harder, but yeah. Forget what it's called, but there's like a law about you change something to make it your own kind of. What is it?
Yeah, I think that's what he's talking about, the derivative.
Yeah.
The derivative work.
It's like, I know, but what's the actual word for it?
Parody. Parody?
That's not what I'm thinking of.
Thank you. Nope, I think I'm
It's funny because me and Ninja noticed it way back in the day because we were like, why does this sound so familiar? What the going on?
Yeah, see, I never got into the Elder Scrolls. I didn't like the Oblivion engine in general, so
Oh,
I would have never known.
Like, it is super janky.
Dude, it feels so bad. I've tried Skyrim so many times, and I just cannot get over the whole UI and interface. It just doesn't. It does not work for me.
I've got to remap so many different buttons just to get it playable, but then you still have the bugs that could literally crash the game at any second.
Yup. Alright. Well, I need to wait for my snack to cool, so I'll go ahead and get us started since everybody's here. With my master notebook. Alright.
We already agreed what we would do at the start of the series. Roll this character that way.
Hold on.
I'm hearing 3 different
I heard 10 and Earth at the same time. Somebody go.
Not at the same time.
Earth, what were you saying?
I was saying we've already agreed that as soon as the session starts, we're going to kill Eric's character. That way he's got the option to make a new one.
Alright. Solid. Okay. Good to know. Sebas will probably help because he's just gonna be confused to be like, is he evil? Are we doing this? Okay.
I mean, if Sebas...
I just place a fireball right on top of the ship. There you go, there's your incentive.
I will say Sebas being alive accidentally ruined my plan.
So you did want him dead.
No, Robert, listen, Robert wants Sebas alive. I don't.
I mean, we can make that a reality.
Yeah, we can make it a reality if you like.
And I don't even mean that in like we can kill him. He just sticks with us long enough. Eventually, gonna get.
He'll end up at the bottom he'll end up at the bottom of the ocean, and we'll be all like, shit happened.
Pretty much, Cade dangled a nice little toy in front of me. It's like, oh, you want it?
Great, dude. I had so much fun. It's what I live for.
Someone's got to die for it. Probably your son.
Perception check. It's a 15. Hey, that's a 16. Good job. In the back, you see. Oh, God damn it. All right, so last session, You guys started off in your suddenly no longer present friend's old ruined home, having secured a long rest in the overrun city of Galandar. You woke up to find a unfamiliar person sitting there, just looking at your dome, questioning what you were doing in his home. Accusations were exchanged and words traded. Eventually, he decided that you guys were somewhat trustworthy. You at least knew his dad, which intrigued him and earned you a little bit of trust in his book. And he led you back to Andy's, which is the bar tavern that's basically working as like the underground home of their resistance, as well as just a local place for the survivors to get what little food is available here in the city. Having informed you of the most likely impending return of the ancient red dragon Malachi, you guys opted to get the fuck out of the city, which was probably smart, and headed towards the eastern wall, so that you could make your way towards the forest and continue on to the Nether Mountains. In talking with Sebas, you convinced him to join you guys on this journey so that he could plead his case to the Metallics, that maybe they could assist with removing Mazgiz from his seat of power in Castle Gallon. And after some really, really rough stealth checks across the city, you guys made it to the wall, fought your way through a horde of undead, and reverse paratrooper dropped onto your airship. And as frost giant skeletons and various undead charged across the city towards you, you took off into the sky aboard the Starlight Dragon and headed east back over the Scarum Forest, where Emmeline and Halan had parked the ship the night before. You guys continued going, flying for a short while until the city kind of just passed into the distance behind you, and Rose went to go find Alfred. The session left off with Rose introducing Alfred, this skeleton head that just wanted to eat everybody because it didn't have hands. It just was trying to bite you all the time. To Sebas, who chased you around the deck trying to take it from you because he fears that Mazgiz will be able to see through the skull's eyes. And as you all run around the deck, the rest of you look on as the two of them chase each other, and Sebas swings out at Rose, and Rose will just juke out of the way and laugh and run to the other side. And as all this happens, let's see, Aerith, to your left, as you're kind of standing against where the helm of the ship would be, you see a red portal just sort of tear itself out of the wall in the Starlight Dragon. You, let me see if I can put you guys where you would be. Rose is probably like up here, yeah, so probably right there. So right here in the wall, just this big, and Robert steps out, his Bloodhawk on his shoulder. Robert, you need to hit that long rest button, my guy.
Nah, that's fine.
His Bloodhawk riding on his shoulder. And,
yeah, I'm at 3 health.
Yeah, you come out to see.
Where's
Robert,
the
make me an insight check.
Where's the butt?
I don't think he has it on.
You might have to set it up,
Yeah.
which takes like 2 seconds.
If you go to the gear, it's the last option on the
Oop, got it
far
for you.
right okay.
I know
And
exactly
just
what it is.
click.
I'm blind.
Maybe.
I am blind. It's literally where my mouse is.
That's why I said a maybe, so.
Alright, and you said
Never mind,
insight.
you don't need to insight. You know.
Oh, cool.
I forgot Rose had informed you. You had received the message that Sebas was alive. So as you step out, you see Rose running away with the familiar skull of Alfred in their hand, and behind them, slightly older, definitely more worn, and chasing after them in a panic, you see your son. What's everyone
I'm
else
just
doing?
like I'm just.
We already
poking
rolled
him.
for Sebas.
I'm just poking him with my rapier, just like, are you in there? You still alive, ish? Hello.
Sorry, I'm trying to. If I can adjust the audio.
Oh,
I can't.
Yeah.
All right, I found it. It's in the setting. Sorry.
All good.
I'm like partially deaf, so.
Oh, yeah, no worries. Do what you gotta do.
Hello, Robert. Are you in there?
Yeah, I'm in there. I'm fucking with settings.
Living his
Alright.
best life.
Right. Fancy way to say dealing with trauma.
Yes.
Theodos, you just saw Robert step out right beneath you as you're on the kind of crow's nest. The deck
Rose.
right there.
Just
He's
chuck
just
the
sneaking
skull overboard for the love of God.
Robert, you're back. Thanks for leaving me for dead.
Yeah,
I
Chris
left
Mills
you
on
in
ass.
better condition. You were in better condition
What?
than I was when I left.
I mean,
That's to
you.
be debatable.
Okay,
I can't
maybe, but then you left, and there was, a bunch of undead assholes trying to kill me.
Okay, well, you're obviously fine.
Now I am. You don't know.
While you guys do this, Sebas kind of just like turns, sees Robert for the first time. His eyes kind of they just narrow,
Presume
and
that it's Robert.
well, that you guys called him Robert, and he looks, and it's Robert's armor. I mean, this is like Gallandar issue general armor that Robert wears. It's just been modified, and as he kind of steps out, he goes, "Dad."
Son.
He just turns his head and they said you're a skeleton.
Hey, I said not to tell. God damn it! I said don't
Why
tell him
wouldn't
that I fucked
tell
up.
him that? If he's undead.
I mean, he know. You don't think?
I'm
Do you
just
think
going
that's
to
Yeah, I'm gonna
step
go.
away.
If it makes you feel,
I'm just gonna go around here and be like, all right, how things going? I like
I'm-
how everyone just.
in between life and death, apparently. Yes,
I mean,
I'm dead. Yes, I'm alive. I have a stomach, apparently.
That's the important part.
He said you guys told him that too, right? Just jokingly.
Yeah, we told him that we like fucked around with.
I metaphysical bullshit. I'm somehow alive.
Let's see.
It's not
I
my
don't
fault.
know
You didn't
how
tell
to-
me.
He puts his head into his
I am-
like the bridge of his nose into his left hand, and he goes, oh, "Are you bound to the liches?"
No,
Nope, worse.
that's not. How is it worse?
Because you're bound to like a devil or something.
Yeah, you
I'm not
walk down
bound to them. I
the-
literally declined the deal.
Well, we
you
didn't
just
know
walk down.
that,
the hell. It's not much better. Come on.
right?
I declined it.
Well, good to know.
I mean, I
Does that
definitely,
mean?
that's definitely a good call. Sure.
What does that mean? Are you gonna die
But-
now?
No, I've never. What?
They still got this little storm.
The,
They didn't get
they-
took. Did
we're all talking at once. I don't know what speaks.
I know.
Yeah.
Literally, they had nothing to do with my life. They
Or
just,
death.
just armor. That's it.
Hmm.
I think that's it.
You think?
You think, or you?
No, I'm trying to
hope?
remember. I'm trying to think if that's the only item I got for them. Because I
I mean,
have-
when I never make a deals with devils. I got you can take it from me, the guy with like fiendish blood. It usually doesn't end well when you do that stuff.
I got that. We're good.
Especially when you tell
armor.
them no.
They were fine with that.
Were they?
Right?
Did they tell you they were fine and you just accepted that? I mean, devils are pretty lie.
I was an archdevil, I guess, but
Good.
I
Great.
don't. That
And
probably
you
doesn't make it
actually believe them?
No. I understand the situation. Thank you very much. That's all you need to know. I declined the offer. They let me go. There's no ties right now. I'm good. That has nothing to do with me being undead or living, which is what we were talking.
Are you in now armor right now? Because if the armor's still there, the tie is still there.
The armor was free. They said the armor was free.
The armor was free?
Well, technically, it's my armor. My armor that they altered.
I mean, I'm not good. Like, cool armor. I'm just saying, like, they can say it's free. Nothing's free.
Listen, I understand the situation.
Do you?
Yes.
Sure.
I love this so much.
What if Robert's being manipulated?
More than we already know he is.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, to be fair, we're manipulated. It's not like we're not. We're working for the gods, and they seem to have like good intentions, but that doesn't mean we're the first or the last that they tried to get to handle a situation like this. You know.
It's fair.
Yeah.
Did
you mention the gods to Sebas before?
I
know you guys like Rose just really speaks a lot. I'm just wondering what he should be reacted to.
No, we didn't.
Would you about while we're talking about demon his deal, I guess?
Well, the only thing they said was they were sent on a mission that affects the fate of the world. Was about it. Never said who sent them on the mission.
Yeah.
Well, he knows now.
Well, now
also,
now he knows the gods are involved.
He just sort of like he pushes past Ken and Emmeline and just goes up to the aft castle just as you guys are all having this conversation. He's just gonna go and just try to see the city.
He just gave up on the conversation.
Yep.
I mean, he's so lost and confused. It's so overwhelming for him that the thought that his dad's back, but it's just too much. So he's just gonna he just walks up to Ken. He puts one hand on Ken's shoulder and just like gently pushes him out of the way. Goes through the space. Does the same thing to Emmeline, not rough, just like get out of my way, and walks up to the back aft castle.
Yeah, don't.
Huh?
Oh no, Earth.
No, I'm here. I was just literally all I said was don't jump.
Oh.
Would Robert know that Zariel was once an angel or no?
Roll me religion.
Religion.
I don't know, Alfred. This all seems pretty shifty.
Nope.
No, he would not.
Nope. Alfred just keeps trying to like bite you, but you've gotten pretty good at just holding him by the back of the skull, so that the teeth are just sort of clacking in front of you every now and then. Your hand feels to like jerk.
I'm holding him like a basketball, like you do, like under one arm.
Okay.
Yep.
Rose, get rid of this. Why do you still have it? Also, why are we leaving?
Because we're on. If you haven't forgotten by going to hell, we're on a time limit.
I got that, but what about freeing the city? I thought that was why we went there really quick.
What?
Alright, so we found out that we pissed off someone we probably need to steer clear of right now. You remember Rokai? You know we killed him.
Yes.
His dad may have heard about it and was on his way back to Galandar. I proposed that we go to the Nether Mountains ASAP to get immediate reinforcements from the Metallics, because there's no way we can fight him by ourselves.
Yeah, we're also busy. We had a week. 1 week.
I thought we had like 10 days.
Like
around there.
A week plus 2 days. Okay, still.
Plus 3.
Shush. Do you really think that we
can... You brought Sebas. I'm glad he's alive. Don't get me wrong. You brought him along?
Look, I understand your concern. I wouldn't have made this decision lightly. I suggested he come along to give the dragons a first-hand account of what's going on with Galandar, so they could maybe I don't know, lean the odds in our favor a little bit more. If you want to get your frustrations on me, go for it. But right now, we need to handle this.
I mean, if a worse threat is coming, fine. I'm glad that means he's probably safer here, but...
Yeah, I mean, do you really think he's any safer in a scary city full of undead and dragons?
And, like I said, right now, I'm just happy he's alive. But I thought the situation in the city was one red dragon.
Nope.
It was, but then there's an ancient red dragon on the way, so...
A little above our pay grade.
Think Rokai, but like a million times worse. At least that's what I've heard about ancient dragons.
Look, whenever Sevis told me about what was going on in the city, I thought back to Baragos, and I don't want this city to suffer like my city did. So I gave him my promise to, help him save his city, and I'm gonna keep by that promise. So just trust us, okay? I'm not gonna let Sevis get hurt, and we're gonna save your city.
Or we'll certainly try.
Do we have the exact date for the dragon meeting then?
Oh, we haven't even met the dragons. What are you talking about? We gotta find them, my boy.
Yeah. I think we were told it was like maybe about a week or two from now. I forgot the actual dates, but...
Lord didn't give us exact dates. He just told us to go to the Nether Mountain. Maybe attempt to contact him some way and maybe can get an accurate location. I mean, any information is good information right now.
Great. Like, we don't know exactly about the dragon thing, but we do know that some of us have to be back in Waterdeep in like a week.
Okay.
So we gotta do this part like fast unless you want to do it by yourself.
No. Also, who has my healer's kit?
I don't know.
Rose, I gave it to you.
Right. You threw it on the ground next to me. I don't think that counted. What am I supposed to do with that?
Use it!
How?
Are you stupid? It's a bandage. Do you know how to put on a band-aid? You wrap it around a little bit and all is covered.
I drink acid.
I guess.
Do you want it back or not?
Yes, please.
I just drop it right here.
You could have. I'm like right next to you. You could have passed it.
Nope.
You dropped it on the ground in front of me. I think that's fair.
You were literally unconscious. I saved your life. You were ungrateful.
I don't know that it counts as saving someone's life if you give them like a potion and then leave them for dead.
That potion gave you more health than I had.
Still.
So ungrateful. I'm gonna pick up the healer's kit.
I still haven't heard a single thank you for saving your son yet.
He's alive. I'm not.
Thanks to us.
It's not like you saved him 5 years ago.
No, who saved him now?
I mean, we
I'm assuming. Hold on. I'm assuming you're the reason he got in trouble, anyways.
You didn't have to come with us.
I think you're the reason he got in trouble. He's kind of trying to follow in your footsteps.
He survived 5 years ago, which I know you guys had no effect on, unless you were there 5 years ago.
Maybe.
How did you guys supposedly save him? Because the only time you would save him is if you guys got him into danger.
You mean the undead living in that city?
Okay, if he survived this entire time, I'm assuming he can handle it.
He doesn't go look back to make sure he's not listening, and then he's gonna be like, "He's the one that got us caught."
Make me a perception check.
I forgot that's actually what happened.
That's a 3.
He seems to be staring out over the back of the ship. He's got something in his hand. He keeps looking down at it and just looks up. Doesn't seem to be paying attention.
He survived 5 years. I'm assuming he did it on his own. And
actually,
there's a whole
there's a whole resistance there, but
I mean, that's good at least. But he's not an idiot. I've seen you guys. I've seen Rose.
Hey.
My son's not an idiot.
Rose walks up to you, just ungrateful my ass, and they'll just like take one of your hands, palm up, and slap something into it, and then just like walk away grumbling.
Is it a banana?
Yes, it is a wedding ring shaped banana.
Yeah, it's a very familiar looking gold ring on a chain connected to a very familiar looking locket. I'm guessing you had both because you put the ring on the chain, right?
I don't remember. I think I put the ring like on my necklace for safekeeping, but Ken might have the locket
and the letter.
Yeah,
So Rose had the ring. So it's a very familiar looking gold ring.
And I give him the rest.
And there is the letter and locket.
The letter was in chat, correct?
Yes.
Rose goes and grumbles to Juan because he will listen.
You grumble. He seems to be. He's like keeping the ship going straight, and he like looks over, listens, goes,
Yep.
Interesting. Going. Are we gonna just sail all night? What are we doing?
Oh,
Emmeline stepped out to ask, but you all were.
Yeah.
I think she wanted to interrupt.
Great. Okay. So, how long have we been going, and how long can we go before we explode?
Again.
He kind of like looks out. Let's see. We picked you up maybe an hour ago.
Okay.
We've got time. The ship could keep going. Those are the problem, though. And he points forward through the glass windshield in the front, and what you see on the horizon to the east is very tall mountainscape. It rises up higher than you guys have been flying. You've been flying at around 2,500, 3,000 feet, and this is almost, I mean, these peaks cut through cloud layer. And he kind of points. He's like, I think there's a pass we can try to get through, but we're going to have to go up, and it's going to get cold.
Okay. I mean...
No, not the cold.
It's not... We've dealt with worse, I suppose. Do you think the ship can do it?
He kind of looks, and he looks out the window, and he kind of looks over to Aerith. You've been listening, right?
Yeah.
He goes, you read the manual. Roll me an intelligence, Aerith.
Where's my intelligence? Okay. Oh, look at that.
You do remember reading something about a maximum altitude, but you'd have to get the book and look it up. But there is something like a maximum safe cruising height.
I know there's a limit to the altitude, but I don't remember what it is.
You have reached zero gravity. You have gone too far.
You can start floating away.
I mean, do you still have the book? Can you look it up?
I think Ken has it.
Yeah, it's either Ken has the manual or we put the manual back in the cockpit.
Yeah, it's one of the two. Do you think Ken would have it, Ken? Then, as you guys are looking this up in the book... sorry, I'm just putting on a robe because it's chilly and I fucking... shaking. Oh, God.
Turn off your AC.
Then the living room gets stupid hot. And that's where Gina is, so I can't do that.
You could turn it down a little bit.
If you want.
Or turn it up like this a little bit.
If you wouldn't mind bumping it maybe up a degree or two.
Give me a second.
Okay. But as he was actually going to talk to Rose. Damn. Fuck.
Just.
It won't take long. Our house is not that big.
I still have yet to go through the treasure that we got from the pirate ships after the Draco Lich.
Damn it, you did. No, you went through one of them, right?
I went through the one that I found, and I didn't count anything. I just put everything into my bag of holding.
I gave you a value, didn't I?
You did give me a value, but was it all just gold coins, or were there other things?
It's just gold and valuables.
Okay.
So it's pirate booty. There's nothing really magical in there. It's literally pirate booty.
I was hoping
it was true trust for pirate booty.
I was hoping to have a specific item so I could try and make the spell that I sent you last week.
Oh, okay, hold on. Let me roll some dice and find out if that would be in there. Give me 1 second.
So, while that's happening, I'm going to get Everett the book and retreat to my quarters and attempt to do a thing.
Okay. And you need... Okay.
Don't explode the ship.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's a pearl necklace. It's pirate booty.
Okay. I'm just
You've got pearls to choose from. There's probably a few. There's probably one easily worth 30. Another, there's a big one that's worth like probably 100. But yeah, you could definitely have that as a component from Zabuti.
Okay.
Rose, as Aerith is digging through the book trying to find that maximum altitude, Lantern goes, okay, then the second problem is that, and he thumbs over his shoulder, and as you look out, you see the sun setting behind you.
Okay. So
it's getting dark, and crossing the mountains in the dark is going to be dangerous, but setting down before the mountains could also be dangerous.
I mean,
dangerous.
What was the maximum altitude?
It is 12,000 feet.
12,000, and I'm assuming the mountains go higher than that.
Make
how high are the mountains, Talon?
I can't tell. All I can see is they peak the mountains or peak the clouds. I mean, you could see that a number of them do cut through like the cloud layer. They go pretty fucking high, and from this altitude, it's hard to gauge because you guys are in the air and then it's higher. So the top peaks are probably too high to go up and over the whole thing, but you could probably find a pass to get through and around some of the taller peaks.
Okay. Well, doable if we don't, go over the tippy tops. The cold is unfortunate. As long as you think you guys would be okay, I think we'll be fine. We've dealt with worse. I can give you a blanket.
I was hoping I wouldn't be the one at the cockpit.
Well, you don't have to drive, but if you want to go like in the bottom part and cuddle up, go hang out with Elkin.
The underdeck, I don't know. I think it's just gonna be something we're just gonna have to endure.
Yeah.
But it's definitely gonna be harder up here. So whoever flies should be somebody who's got.
And we shouldn't be flying for too long, otherwise the ship's gonna break, and I don't know if we can fix it again.
I do think we should go during the night though, just to keep going, because I'd rather take something attacking us versus being on this side when the red dragon comes. Personally.
So you guys have traveled for about an hour, and on this map, each block, I believe, is an hour's travel. Yeah. So crossing the mountains is going to take about 5 hours to get into Thay, and then you're going to be in Thay.
Right.
And I think we went over
300.
12 hours. That's when
It's 20.
Well-
The ship can run for 24 hours straight before failure becomes a possibility.
And we're only on
Robert
number
just
1
rolled
right now.
really bad.
That's true.
Right.
One, baby.
You broke the ship on the first Constitution check.
Well,
So it's possible to push it further. It just takes time. And Ken, roll me a D100 to DM.
Okay.
Let me know if this is a terrible idea, Juan. What if we flew into like the tops of the mountains and then like rested there and then kept going?
Good luck finding a landing
Thinks
spot.
about it. Can't
Because like at
tell
least
how.
then we'd be like surrounded by mountains.
It's not a bad
Maybe?
idea.
Nope.
Do GR/GR D100. I
Oh.
want it to be a secret.
So wait,
Secret.
/GR space D100.
Okay.
You know what though? It's kind of it's unfortunate that it happened immediately, but it's also really nice because imagine if we didn't know that this was and we crashed into these mountains.
Right. It would be fairly unfortunate.
You're welcome.
Right. Eidos gives you a thumbs up, and it's with like skeletal hand gauntlet that he's now wearing.
That's very weird. Okay. I like the idea of setting down in the mountains. Definitely would give us more cover than the forest. And if you've upset whatever lives there as much as it seemed you
Giant
did,
dragon.
let's keep going.
Yeah.
We'll need somebody on the bow to keep an eye out for a good place to land the ship.
If I can
Somebody
just
who
take
can-
my rest first, I could probably last the rest of the night.
I can take point. I still have my breastplate with cold resistance, so I can, somewhat deal with the cold.
I can't
Do you
feel
have good-
cold.
How are your eyes? Sharp?
Decent.
Decent? Okay.
But I'll have Racefelger and Vapnir here with me, so.
Yeah.
Alright. Ken, also, can you give me an... Ooh, what do I want to do? Just a charisma roll.
Do you or open?
Either one.
Okay.
I just need something behind the scenes to work with. Okay. Alright. So as they're discussing this, let's see, back onto the ship map. You kneel down in your cabin and quietly reach out. There's no immediate response. There's a kind of warm feeling in your chest, but you don't know if it's imagined or not. And you step out to go and discuss things with Rose and Halan, who are trying to figure out, all this. And make me a perception check as well.
Perception.
Yeah. Okay. As you do, you stand up and you shift just enough that your sword kind of rattles a little bit in its sheath. The blade itself is now the darkened steel from the Dracolich is giving off this faint silvery platinum energy, similar to your dragon breath.
What the hell? And then I will pull it out.
Okay. You unsheath your sword, and the whole sword seems to be just very slightly aglow. And as you wave it around, similar to how you tracked the Dracolich, as you point the sword east and just a little bit to the north, you start to notice it glowing brighter, and then it almost like locks into a brightness. And then as you move away from that, it dims noticeably. You move back to that same point. Bright.
All right.
Dragon
Thank
compass.
you, Hey guys, we might have an answer.
To the cold?
And I showed them my sword and pointed northeast.
Ah.
And it's glowing like a platinum?
Like a silver platinum.
Yep, just a very faint aura of light
good
around
sign?
I like to think so.
It's not a normal chromatic color.
True.
And it's when you're pointing east, like north by east, or northeast by east. So like halfway between northeast and east. Closer to east. Yeah. Right now you can't see anything past the mountains, so it's just sort of like you point out it's just at the mountains, but you know that the nether mountains are beyond these. Sebis, Robert, and Eodos, you would also now just... Things are coming back, like memories. These are the barren mountains. The closer ones. So...
We need to know about those while we're remembering.
I mean, the biggest thing is that... And Robert... Actually, we all would know it pretty well. The passes there change and shift a lot. The necromancers and the liches from Thay tend to carve their own paths through the mountains, and that can create these weird changes in topography. So crossing the mountains is always a random thing. There's no like set trail through it because Thay wants their privacy, but they want to be able to go in. That was 5 years ago. Since then, Sebas hasn't really been able to learn anything about the mountains, and there could be secure paths now. But 5 years ago, when Galandar or Agrelon was still at war with Thay openly, and an active country, the mountains were like this ephemeral kind of shifting thing because the paths could change, and you never quite knew where they were going to come out of the mountains.
Gotcha.
So, you guys are getting into the mountains tonight. You're going to push for another couple hours and then get into the mountains to rest?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
As long as no one else thinks that's a terrible idea.
No, I think I'm
definitely try.
Sebas will eventually probably find Ken and ask if he could show him a place where he can rest and just kind of think. And just as he's passing, he'll turn to Robert and be like, we should probably talk alone later.
Agreed.
And he just nods and follows Ken. You'll show him down to there's like a room with a bunch of hammocks in it, and that's the only room that has open beds in it at the moment.
Yeah.
Here, have a hammock.
I mean, there's my room with the two beds.
I thought that was where Robert was resting.
No,
that he shared that room.
I was in the hammocks.
Oh, you were in the hammock. Okay.
Yeah, Robert was in the hammocks. My room has the two beds.
Like
I went into this room and I was just like, okay, this is cool, and nobody became my roommate. I was very sad.
Well, when you get back to the guild, you can remodel it into a larger room.
I'll just put in a bigger bed.
Yeah, just glue the two beds together.
Put them together.
All right. So as you guys are crossing, let me get him down there. All right. Who is going to be steering the ship, or are you going to leave it to Halan?
Halan for now, and I'll hang out with him.
I'm gonna take my trance.
All right. So you're gonna be in your room. Em's gonna go down to the room she's been in with the Avengers under the deck. Ken, you're on the bow looking out for a resting spot, right?
Correct.
Okay. Eodos, Robert, what you guys doing?
But chill up here.
Talking to myself.
Alright, so Robert is down in the hammock room with Sebas. And you're helping keep watch, Eodos?
Yeah. Because I have that cold resist, so I can help them look around.
Yeah. Alright. So, as you guys fly over the forest and towards the mountains, let's see. Rose, give me a d20.
Yeah. 20. 6.
It's like Great roll. We're totally fine.
Yep.
Give me a D8, please.
Oops, sorry guys. Hi.
Okay.
More ducks.
No.
About 5 minutes.
No.
Speak amongst yourselves.
Yeah, speak amongst yourselves. I'm trancing. Right.
Yeah, the only people who are together to talk are Ken and Eidos. I guess you guys got a chat.
Man, we've been through hell, huh?
It's been a couple of days.
I really hope these metallics at least I hope they really help. Like that was my word that I would try to help, get them help. But knowing how metallics are, that's going to be a battle in of itself.
Out of all of us, you're definitely the best person for the job. So if anyone can do it, I got faith in you.
I appreciate it. I'm gonna try my best. I mean, I just hope that my words can, get to them. Dragons are dragons, so.
I mean, they're pretty opposed to the others, right? I mean.
Oh yeah, man. When it comes to metallics and chromatics, it's on site. It's been on site since the beginning, so there's no doubt about that. But
you think it's a thing then? Like, why have they not just taken the war to them yet?
I honestly don't know. Maybe they wanted to observe more before taking action. I'm not sure, but right now they don't have a choice. They need to act, and I'm gonna make sure they get their shit together.
Yeah, the whole universe being reset, that kind of takes the choice away from them. They either do it or we're all gone.
Yeah.
Can you guys both give me perception checks, please?
Can I have advantage since Race Felger Fafnir's out here?
Sure. Race is assisting.
Last second, Cliff face comes into view.
Hold on, yeah.
So you guys travel for a couple hours. You have entered into the barren mountains, the rocky peaks beneath you, stretching up. The ship has raised to probably about 8,000, and it's getting the air is getting thin. It's getting almost hard to get that deep breath, and it's getting chilly. You guys both have armor with cold resistance, which makes this endurable without needing anything at the moment. But it's starting to get cold, and as you are talking and discussing, plans for the future and the metallics and all that nature, you look down and you see 4 horse-sized forms with webbed wings flying up towards you, probably about 100 feet below you, flying out of what looks like a cave in the mountainside. And there are 4 of them heading towards the bow of the ship. As you guys are heading east, they're coming up from in front of you.
God damn it.
At least they're not ducks.
I guess we'll find out, huh?
Nee.
You guys do anything?
Just tell them to go away.
Eidos, you seen this?
Yeah, unfortunately. I'm gonna take a couple steps back towards the railing right here, just thaumaturgy and let them know, hey, we got company, but microphone.
How many hours did I get?
2.
Damn.
So 2 hours into your trance, you hear Eidos' voice loud and booming, and let's see.
me roll some hit dice.
Sebas and Robert, you two have been just talking. Honestly, it's just been this like at times tense discussions. And about into 2 hours into it, as he's going over basically what Galantar has endured in the last 5 years, which has been a lot. He informs you that about 90% of the population was destroyed. The country itself was quite literally decimated. And they survived because Mazgies needs help. He's old. And basically, he took over and enslaved Galandar. And as he's kind of just recounted this, there's a lot of tension and pain. He just sort of like mechanically gets through it. And as you guys are talking and kind of getting to the more recent developments, you hear Eodos's voice booming. So I'll give everybody a round. You can move your movement or double your movement for action to get to wherever you would be. Halan looks to Rose and goes, "I'm just gonna hold the wheel."
God damn it! Yeah.
So hold on. Let me move you before you guys move yourselves. Give me a second. Sorry.
1 round gets me here.
Do it on this map.
Okay.
Too bad. Nighttime map.
Where did your
Gone.
token's not on this map?
You killed me. I
Literally, you're the only
it.
token not here. Dang it!
You killed me.
You asked for it. You said to
man.
kill you. Yoke yourself off the ship.
Okay.
All right. Astra's up. 30, and then she can get up the ladder. She comes up. Oh, damn! It's cold. What's going on? We'll probably be able to. Actually, she can go a little further. Can get to there, and
I'm gonna just go ahead and armor up because I'm not playing this bullshit. We got too much going on.
okay, armored up. You guys fell back to the main deck. There, and Orvestra will take the point where Race Vilgar was. Ken needs to be in his armor.
Hurry up, Sebas.
You're right there. Sebas is 20, 21, 30. And then up 15. He'll come to there. And then I need everyone to roll initiative as a pack of wyverns. Flying at you from beneath.
They're dragon wannabes.
Yeah,
I double-clicked that. I don't know why I did that.
Because you wanted that nat one.
Yeah, apparently.
Hey, you gotta burn it.
Oh, what the fuck?
It's definitely better to get it on initiative than swing.
Yeah, right.
Because yes, it was really brutal.
11, 14, 20. Cool. Okay, now I need to do initiative, and then everything else to GM.
If we catch them, can we tame them?
You can certainly try. I didn't expect the whole Fred thing to go down that way, so who am I to say no?
Fred is best boy.
Yep.
I'm just saying, Ito's had a great time flying around on his wyvern zebra at the castle. So he's the.
It's true.
The cult's gonna steal our wyverns.
Depends if they're wild wyverns or if they're.
No, they were the tamed ones at the castle.
No, I'm talking about these.
Oh, probably.
Yeah, because the only reason Fred was able to be tamed was technically he was partially tamed by the lizard people.
Rose!
Oh, good.
You are up first. And yes, that was more or less one of the major factors in Fred.
Okay. If I go to the side, can I see any of them?
Yeah, I mean, you could see them off the front bow.
Oh, there they are.
They're all relative to this part of the ship. Right. This one right here is the main ship that I'm using. Everything else is layers.
I did not see them up there.
As happily is.
God damn it. Unexpected Shrek.
5, 10, 15, 20.
I'm thinking like Robert. Hey, Robert, here's your chance to use the ballista.
It's
right?
still unloaded from last time.
It is still unloaded.
10.
There is also no ammo next to it because the ammo that was next to it has fallen off because it was not secured after it was. So it's all in the underdeck. I keep track of all this stuff. It's fun.
To be fair, I completely missed my first shot, so I'm like, fuck it. Whistle halberd is better.
4.
It is a miracle you have not been hit while you've been whistling yet to make a contact.
I know. It's amazing.
Oh,
Usually I'm at like 2 health when it happens.
Maybe I should go through with that drawing.
You play a fucking 4D chess and they can't do anything about it.
Confusion?
I'm gonna throw confusion right here to try to hit these two.
These two, gotcha. Okay. Wisdom save.
Get out of here, we're busy.
I know that DC is wrong. It's 19, right?
19, yeah.
Rolled an 18. So both of them are confused.
Go away. It's cold and I'm tired and I don't want to deal with your bullshit.
It is cold. Yeah.
Get a 2 to a 6. That way they stand still and we can ram them with our ship.
Yeah, that's pretty much what would happen because they're flying at you. You guys are flying at them, so it's kind of gonna be like their movement and
then I'm gonna just reach right to my left and Bardic Inspiration on Orvestia.
Okay.
Just keep us up, please, if something goes bad.
Sounds good. The ship moves forward, getting closer to the wyverns on initiative count 20, and then Ken, your turn.
Slide up here, and then take aim at the second king, but the wyvern, not that one, the other one to the left, that one. Yeah, I'm targeting that one with Godofnir.
All right.
Woohoo!
That will hit.
Hell yeah. Get him.
12 does not, unfortunately.
Starting out strong.
Right? Keep up that energy for the rest of the game.
Cuts through the top, shoulder of one of its wings, and it kind of buckles a little bit and resteadies itself, and seems like it has a target now.
Oh well.
Anything else you want to do?
Nope.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, he's gonna go out to the one that just shot his friend. He gets there because he's got 80 feet of movement while flying, and he's going to swing out with its claws. 16 does not hit. And then with its stinger, 20? Does that hit you?
Nope.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. The claws come down and try to rake against you, and you dodge out of the way. And as you're dodging, you see the stinger on its tail lash out towards you. You duck and swings right over your head. That is its turn. It's Orvustra's turn. She's gonna just go for it because it's right there. And mace, 10 damage. And she's got double attack, so 13 does hit, so 18 damage.
13 hits, heck yeah.
I love it.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He's going to come up here and reach his hand out and summon his massive fuck off hammer and just hold his attack action for if anything gets within range of him. Robert, your turn.
Yes. Luckily, he has gotten close enough to smack, so I don't have to whistle all day.
Right?
Can I get in that weird spot, or?
Yeah, I'll say it's. I mean, it's probably gonna block the. It's already blocked. No one's getting out from the underdeck. Elton didn't wake up, and Aerith, I'm sorry, you didn't move fast enough. She literally rolled a natural 1 on her perception check. She's still snoring. Yeah,
I mean,
she's sleeping through this entire thing.
I got 10
Live your best life.
Could I reach
She's
him
like
from
38.
right here?
She's tired.
Live your best life.
I'm older than she is.
You're a skeleton.
Poor Aerith, though. He's gonna be stuck down there.
Yeah, I'm gonna be stuck down here, just banging on the door. Hello.
I mean, let's do a move when she realizes she's not,
But
where you trying to
get to? With how it's flying, can I reach from here, or do I have to be 1 over?
Yeah, you'd have to be 1 over. I mean, you definitely have more than enough range if you're right there, but he's just outside of the range there.
Good enough. I'm still the question is, were they up deck, and they hear that I'm skeleton?
Let's roll a retroactive perception. Roll me a perception check.
Because a lot of shit was being said.
They were even there during it all.
Yeah,
you didn't. It was such an intense moment that you were looking around and you recognized your party, and you knew the Avengers were there, but you don't know whether they were surprised or not. No one has said anything to you about it.
Alright, well.
I am there now.
So, Defender?
Yes.
Okay. Both hit, yes. 30 and 28, alright.
Nice.
Alright, jeez.
Hell yeah. Get it.
Run up, lash up with the Defender halberd, carve through it, and there's this gout of red blood out of its abdomen. And turns towards you. Anything else?
Move 5 feet away.
Okay. You don't have anything that doesn't provoke attacks of opportunity, so as you do that...
I was actually going to say, but I wouldn't have reach here, would I? So... my reactions.
Mhm.
Okay, alright. Next Wyvern. Rolls a d10.
Get it.
Yeah, let's do this. That's 3. So... It just stands there. It does nothing, right? Yep, cool. All right. Aerith, your turn. Wisdom save for it,
though. I get here and just move up and try to open the door.
Give me a strength check.
Oh my god, it's what I'm good at! Yay!
There is very obviously something on the door, and as you push up, the trap door rattles a bit, and you hear, "Oh shit! I didn't really. Sorry." Anything else you want to do?
I can't.
You can hold an action if you wanted to.
I mean, I guess I will. So okay. I'll hold my attack action.
All right, just your rapier attack.
Yeah.
Okay. Miss Wyvern, why did my music stop? Because I didn't press the loop button. Right. This one is not confused. He's going after Ken, like, immediately. But as he does, he flies into Sebas's range.
Oh yeah, get him.
Who swings out, and he's going to use a green flame blade. So as he swings out, his hammer just becomes encased in green fire. 13 just hits.
Yeah.
For 28. And then the Wyvern's going to go after Ken. Because that was its like objective. Yikes. 26 to hit on the claws. 23 on the stinger.
Yeah.
All right. You take 12 slashing damage from the claws. And then 13 piercing damage and 21 poison damage from the stinger. And I need you to give me a Constitution saving throw.
Yikes.
How much is that total?
Actually, hold on. Give me a con save, and then I'll give you the total amount.
Nasty poison.
Total amount is 46 points of damage, and you are now poisoned.
Fuck.
Okay, but that is the wyvern's turn.
That's
Eodos.
I said that's horrifying.
You see it fly in, and as Sebas rails into it, it cracks off to one side and lashes out with the claws. And as the claws rake through Ken and kind of turn him a little bit, the stinger finds a joint in the armor right above his shoulder, and just Ken kind of like buckles forward and seems noticeably sick.
I'm going to
throwing up.
Pinchy arms.
Okay.
That's all I can reach because everybody's on this one.
Right?
Noodle.
That hits. Okay. 31 points of damage on that one. Got it. That also hits. All right. 38. You activate your stretchy arms and lash out with the Fate Render, cutting through like right under or right above its chest. You cut into its neck and blood gouts out. Twist your stretchy arms in the air and swing back with the Fate Render and finish the blow, taking the head off entirely. The wyvern falls, clatters off the deck, and plummets to the mountains below.
Bye.
And I'll move this way so the Russia can back up.
Thank you. All right. And next is going to be M, who was going to blow both of them up, but doesn't need to. So let's see, what does she have?
Could blow the other two up if you want.
Okay. Just going to come on. Boom. Shoots a fireball.
Get him.
Hell yeah.
Dex, 10 and a 12, neither save.
Hell yeah.
$21 points of damage to both. And does damage trigger another save for confusion?
Not for confusion.
Okay. All right. Awesome. She's going to step over there. That was 10, 20. She's going to step behind Eodos, 30. That's her turn. Wyvern number. This one moves and acts freely.
Damn it. Now.
I love it when that happens. It just feels so good. Yeah. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Because you can get there.
Uh-oh.
Okay. This is AC. Okay. The claws lash out and cut into him. You see a small splash of blood. He mostly deflects the attack and just seems more like just harried by it. And as he's pushing the attack off, the tail swings out and he ducks underneath it. Does not get hit by the stinger.
That's good. That's a nasty one.
Rose, it's back to your turn.
I'm gonna look over at this one and just like, hey, get out of here, shoot. And I'm gonna use Distant Whispers.
Okay.
First level.
All right. So I rolled a natural 20 for this one's wisdom save to shake confusion. So at the end of its turn, confusion shook. Okay. Natural 1 on the save.
There we go.
So it flies 30 feet away from you immediately. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. It goes its entire movement away. Sebas has already used his reaction as he took an opportunity attack. Ken, you do get an attack of opportunity as it left your range. Or left your melee.
I'm gonna punch him.
Go for it. Yeah, that hits.
Nice.
Jesus, dude. There's almost 2 natural 20s on these guys.
And Angie.
He's super angry.
Can I add a charge of Thunder Gauntlets?
You can.
I'll just go ahead and roll damage and then just roll the 2d8.
Gotcha. He- 19 points of damage. Got it. Alright, so okay, he's starting to look pretty messed up. He's like flying through the air, kind of like half limping as I never took the damage off from Dissonant Whispers too. Okay.
Yeah, 12.
12 damage from that
I
too.
rolled
Awesome.
that.
You did.
And then bonus action, I will inspire Emily just like, yeah, hell yeah, kicking these guys' ass.
Yeah. Wyverns I can handle. I don't. She kind of looks over towards Robert.
Less scary than skeletons.
Yeah. Initiative count 20. The ship moves. I'm sorry?
Did I see how it is? I see how it is.
Dude.
One,
Skeleton
2,
lives
3,
matter.
4.
Does he have to roll for the confusion?
It's not his turn. This is the ship's movement.
He's just standing there while we plow into him.
He rams into his friend.
I mean, that's kind of the other one is now relative to the ship, so it's moving with the ship.
Mm-hmm.
These two are not relative to the ship because they're trying to fly away.
Does he fly into like his friend?
He does actually. I'm gonna make the other one have to make a dex save because that one's confused, so it can't avoid it. All right, it does manage to dodge out of the way, so it ends there. It rolled a 19 on its dex, so that's
He's
the
like,
movement.
dude, what the fuck?
10. Yeah, that one's just like flying in the air. It's like not moving relative. It's only moving relative to your movement, and it's just like.
I'm gonna take an action to drink a greater healing potion because ow.
That's 20 hit points.
Okay. Plus 20. 69. Nice.
Hey.
Nice.
Alright. And then I guess I'll hold an attack.
Well, you have your bonus action because you used your action to drink a potion. So did anything you want to do with your bonus?
Defensive field.
Okay, defensive field. Get your temporary hit points. Give me another. Actually, hold on. Do you get follow-up saves on this? Give me a second.
You don't think so.
You do. Give me another Constitution save on the poison condition. Not. Yeah.
Let me mark off one of my Thunder Gauntlet charges. I got that right. All right, and then come on, Ken, you're good at these.
Yeah. You are no longer poisoned.
Yay.
All right, fucker.
All right.
Now I'm mad.
All right. Will show 15. She's actually no, she won't do that. She's gonna climb this to try to get up to Ken and get away from blocking Aaron. Okay, all right. It uses her movement to get up there, but then she'll hit you with a Cure Wounds, Ken.
Thank you.
She can use the Bardic Inspiration to add to healing too if she wants.
Yeah, and she was gonna add a D10, right?
Yeah.
Nice. So you gain 16 hit points.
Hell yeah.
Let's go.
That's her turn. Sebas has friends.
Wait, how much was it? 16?
16, yeah.
Okay.
It's hammer time. 1 swing, 2 swings, both hit. 21 and 24 is 45 on the one that's been here and not confused. Okay, he's just gonna action surge. Ooh.
Oh, less good.
Both those miss. Hate to see it. He's like, whoo, whoo, crack, crack. Swings 2 more times. It's like, shit. That's gonna be his turn. Doesn't want to do any attacks of opportunity. So Robert, it's your turn.
Let me show you how it's done, son.
Cringe.
He kind of like looks over and he watches you very carefully.
Oh, now you say that I don't want to go in offensive stance.
Up to you. What do you do?
Fuck it.
He already knows.
Yeah.
We basically told him.
Yeah, offensive stance is fun. Why not?
Offensive. Okay. So as you run up, the armor retracts away, the gauntlets and upper parts, but the middle all now exposing this very faint bone wrapped in looks like shadowy cloth that's there but not, just sort of billows out with this very light smoke. All of those do hit.
Yay. 1, 2, 3, and 4.
I really like that these things only have 13 AC, but
I mean, I had on the encounter table D8 wyverns, and this is just wyverns. I was like, okay, here we go. Boom, 4. Okay, that sounds fun.
I rolled a 5, technically. Sorry.
No, I rolled the 4.
Oh, okay.
You rolled the wyverns on the table and the encounter on the D20.
Got it. Okay.
Anyway, as Sebas finishes his combo, the second 2 attacks just lagging a little bit behind, not as refined. You run up, retracting your armor into its offensive mode. Your defender halberd in its full and locked position. You swing out with your well-trained small combo. I noticed you didn't use the action surge combo. This was the
I can't
light.
reach the second one, so
yeah. Those definitely knock that one out of the air, and by the final swing of the halberd, the pieces that used to be a wyvern are plummeting to the ground beneath you all.
Perfect. Now
he just nods.
I was joking, like, all right, now move up ahead, Sevis, so I can actually hit him.
Get out of the way, kid.
Is there anything else you want to do?
No, that's all I can do.
Alright.
Stand there and... No, he has to, like, run away. Creature uses all its movement to move in a random direction.
Okay, that's that
Roll
one.
a d8 and assign the direction.
I always start with north. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Over there. That's what he does on his turn. It is willing movement, so both Sebas and Robert is...
No.
Oh, you don't have a reaction.
Nope. It's all or nothing.
All or nothing. It's true.
Sebas.
Well, as he flies by, Sebas will crack him in the butt. 21 points of damage. And that's his turn. Aerith, it's your turn.
Roll a wisdom save.
Yeah. I usually do it while the turns are starting.
I finally pop up.
Wow,
what's going on?
Wyverns, but it's kind of taken care of.
So I could have just...
Or Buster just kind of points over the port side of the bow.
So I could have just fucking stayed in my trance? What the fuck?
Maybe.
How far away is this one?
50 feet.
50?
40,
okay.
50 feet, somewhere there.
Oh, nope, not pan view. I will chuck a firebolt at it.
Okay. Boy, that does hit.
Ignore the 12. I don't know
why I was like,
have that on.
Strange, but okay.
Sorry.
Alright. He doesn't seem to want anything to do anymore. Like as you hit him, he is already like diving down and trying to run away.
Bitch.
Anything else you want to do?
How much movement do I have remaining after getting up?
You have 30 feet total, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have 20 feet left.
Now I'll stay there.
Okay. This wyvern's turn. He is going to use his action to dash and dash 160 feet back towards the ground. It gets him 160 feet away from you guys, but not back to his cave. So I don't know if anyone has range that can reach there, but that's where he's at. Eidos. He doesn't want to do anything anymore.
I mean, they're running. I just kind of hang out. I'll hold action in case this confused one shakes and then decides he wants some, but otherwise, I mean.
Okay. Sounds good. Emily's gonna pretty much just do the same, reading the situation. She'll step over to this and have like a firebolt on her hand ready to attack one if it comes back. But if they're running, she doesn't see the point in killing. Rose, your turn.
Alrighty. 5, 10, 15, 20. Alright, I'm gonna drop the confusion.
Okay.
And then I'm going to hold action spell if he gets within 60 feet of me.
Okay. All right, got it. Ken, anything you're doing?
You're muted, AJ.
I'm indeed muted.
There you go.
I'm holding up a Daphne shot.
In case they turn around.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Does anybody feel like pursuing or attacking them? Because they both want to run.
Well, no. If they
Both the wyverns seem the one as Rose's turn ends, the one that's been just like wavering in the air, shaking back and forth, shakes its head. It kind of looks around and sees its one diving and none of its other friends, and starts to. It doesn't get movement yet, but it's starting to turn towards its friend.
I mean, yeah, if they run away and stay away, then that's fine. But if they want to continue to fuck around and find out, then okay.
Okay. Well then, I'll go ahead and pull us from initiative as the wyverns do return to their cave in the mountains below. Do not pursue you guys any further, and you manage to make it into the mountains and are no longer in combat. So, let's just have Ken and Diedo, since you guys were both up here. I assume you guys are going to be resuming your positions.
Yes, sir.
All right, cool. Rose, are you going back to Halon?
For a little bit longer, yeah.
Okay.
And then I'll probably go to bed.
Yeah. All right. Em's just gonna. All right. Well, I'm gonna go get some more rest. Oh, that was fun. She'll go back down to her cabin. Ken and Eidos, please give me a survival check to attempt to find a place in order to land. As the battle ends, Sebas will look over to Robert and be like, he'll notice see the armor in its offensive stance, and he'll kind of just like, I still don't know if it's you, but that was my father's fighting style, so I'm willing to give you benefit of the doubt.
He's like, copycat, be careful. No, I'm kidding.
I don't know.
I don't remember teaching my son magic, so I don't know where you learned that.
I honestly don't know either. It happened after the fall. Some sort of stress-triggered response. I don't know. I didn't learn it. It just happens. I can kind of channel it a little bit, and I know a few tricks that have helped, but he kind of just like drops the hammer, and as he does, whoop, disappears.
Hey, Eidos, can't you do that?
Yeah, as he did that, Eidos didn't say a word, but he also just dropped the fate ring behind him. It also did it. But he didn't say anything because he wasn't trying to steal.
I just wave my hand with my rapier, and my rapier just disappears, and I'm just like, all right, I'm going back down.
Everyone could just make their weapons vanish.
Yeah.
Bullshit, I can't.
You guys dangerous. All right. I am going to go try to get some rest. If there's any more wyverns, let me know. Sebas will also make his way back down to the hammocks. So,
As will Robert.
Okay. All right.
And Bird.
So between the two of you, you do manage to find what looks to be a plateau that you think will be big enough to land the ship on. It's definitely large enough to fit the ship, but landing it requires just a little bit of extra wiggle room. You inform Halan and Rose and point it out. Halan will kind of look to Rose and be like, "Do you want me to take her in, or do you want to?"
For the love of God, please take
Hell
her in,
yeah. Let me do it.
He'll step
I got
over.
this. Fuck yeah. Oh.
So it's 2 checks. He'll be helping you, so you have advantage on both of them. Give me an intelligence and a dexterity.
They just like wiggle their fingers. It's just like, hell yeah.
He's like,
got this.
This controls the angle at which the ship is kind of the front and back are uppy downy. And you're like, uppy downy, got it. And this is sidey. Okay, all right, sidey.
Easy.
This controls how fast you're going, and you can slow yourself down.
Slow what?
I like how you pass on the one that you're not good at, but you fail at the one you're supposed to be good at.
I rolled a 2.
Rose?
Yes, please.
Okay. Which one are you flashing?
The dexterity?
Okay. Rose seems to, like, hilariously enough, as he's explaining it, using these uppy, downy, sidey, tilty, turny, fasty, slowy terms, you're kind of getting it. It makes sense. You're like, okay, cool, that makes sense. This. The problem is that your hands haven't really figured it out yet. So getting to these things fast enough is trouble. And Ken is just like, no, you're going too fast. You're like,
oh, I don't know the meaning of it. Let's fucking go.
Let's see. Where did I
YOLO, bitches!
Oh no. Give me a D10, please. Okay. Ken, you hear it. There is a slight kirk from the landing gear as the ship hits and slides. But as you're like holding on and like, oh no, you're watching as the cliff gets closer and closer and closer, and then with about 6 inches between the starboard side APM and the cliff face, it comes to a stop and settles itself on the rock face.
Hell yeah.
In the distance, you hear and this rumbling sound of not above you, but the mountain maybe next to you. You could see just the faint reflections of snow-capped peaks avalanching down the side of a mountain.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm. The sound of the impact into the mountain caused an avalanche on the next mountain, but this one was small enough to not have like snow-capped peaks. The terrain out here is not very cold. It's actually like unnaturally warm. It's very volcanic, and Stay is literally a blasted land. Only the tallest mountains have snow on them, and it's just triggered it off of the down on a nearby mountainside.
Okay.
What?
Well, as long
Hell yeah.
And I give Rose the death stare.
Nailed it. They just give you a thumbs up through the windshield.
I just shake my head and then fly down to the landing gear immediately.
Okay. It takes you about maybe half an hour to an hour of mending and having to get, repair parts, but it wasn't bad enough to... It was another one of those, like, persistent exposure to it without... Fixing it would definitely cause future problems, but for now it's good. Halan,
my artificer senses are like screaming. It's like, motherfucker!
Stop breaking my airship!
Stop blowing holes into my ship!
It's fine.
So yeah, is there anything you guys want to do before you take your long rest? Are you standing a watch?
I'll probably take first watch and, I guess do an analysis on my longsword and make sure we're still going on the correct path.
Okay. All right. Is anybody staying up?
Is my trance finished? Since I only have
yeah.
2 hours
By the
left.
time they land, it's finished. It's about midnight, but it's done.
What do I roll for my artifact again?
Come on.
Oh, it doesn't say in the thing.
It does at the very, very, very bottom. It regains 1d4 plus 3 charges every day.
1d4 plus 3.
Yep.
Aha!
There you go.
Yeah.
All right.
Goes to max.
So Ken, as you stand watch, please give me a perception check at advantage, since I assume Race Vilgar will be assisting you.
Yes, sir.
All right. And a Constitution saving throw at advantage, because it's cold as fuck.
Fair.
Okay.
I get up.
The cold is bitter, but it's endurable. What were you saying, Aerith?
I was gonna say I get up and I just start wrapping myself with blankets and make my way up.
In the holds of the ship, it's not as bad. Where you are, it's probably the coldest, but as you kind of go up the stairs into the central room's actually pretty warm because it traps a lot of the heat here. And then as you step onto the deck, it is brutally cold.
As you come up and walk past Rose, they're kind of like standing in the doorway, kind of just looking in the room, a little confused.
Are you being a creep?
No, it's my room.
Then why are you looking in?
Because it's empty.
Okay.
Good night, Aerith.
Good night. Walk up.
All right. Then are you also standing watch with Ken?
Mm-hmm.
Give me a perception check.
Do you get any advantage or just a normal?
Just a normal one. Because Ken had Race Vilgar helping him. All right, good. The watch passes with nothing occurring. Ken, you were analyzing your sword. As you look at it, it has maintained that very faint platinum silver glow the entire time. It was lit up while it was in your sheath during the battle, and it could still seems like it's just pointing you a little north of east, just a tiny bit north of east.
Okay.
At least we have a compass to tell us which direction, right?
Yeah. I mean, the sword does everything. It chops up dragons extra hard. It drains magic. It tells us where to go. I mean, yeah, I guess good luck charm doesn't even begin to describe this thing.
Who you guys getting up for the next watch?
I'm probably gonna grab Ida since he's the other one with the cold resist armor.
Gotcha.
I would probably just stay up.
So you're
tranced.
up on the deck. Okay.
I already tranced. I'm good for a long rest.
Yeah. Ooh. Now, Rose.
Okay.
Were you attempting anything?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. What's your target? Which one?
Still trying to get Garrick.
Okay. Roll me a charisma check.
Check.
And I also need a Constitution save from Aerith at advantage. You attempt to focus on your target. It's different this time. It's not like it's blocked. It's like it's not even there. But you don't know why.
Huh.
Drift to sleep. Okay. It's cold, but wrapped in your blankets, you're able to not suffer any ill effects from the cold, Aerith. Eodos, as you do your watch, go ahead, give me a perception check with advantage, or you and Aerith can each do one.
I will say let's each do one because my perception's not as good as yours, so I don't want to waste advantage and
Okay.
get too low.
Oh, look at that.
Nice.
Doesn't matter.
Hell yeah.
It's cold, and there are rocks, but
I'm just writing in my little notebook about the spell idea I have, and I'm just like, okay, do that, do that.
Edo's got up here in the crow's nest and is just stoking the little fire right here. Keeping watch, trying to stay a little bit warm. I know he's got the cold resist, but it's fucking cold.
it is very cold.
I would probably join you just for a little more warmth.
Yeah, being up there with your cold resist and the blankets, that's definitely not comfortable, but tolerable. It's not that bad. But your watches come to a conclusion with nobody harassing or bothering you guys. Who are you getting up next? Or who is Eodos trading off with?
Probably Rose, because they're the first one on the way down. They just stop by after he gets down, because his is right down low. He'll knock on the door, be like, "Hey Rose, get up. Cold, but you gotta keep watch, please."
Second. Before Rose responds, I just need 1 second.
Gotta get that dreamscape.
Okay, you knock on the door, you holler for Rose. There's no answer.
Right, well, I'll walk on in and walk up to Rose and do that little thing, where they like gently pat the side of your face, like, "Hey, wake up, Rose, get up."
They are thrashing, like obviously in the midst of a horrible nightmare, like tossing and turning, sweat dripping down their face. Their hair is matted into the pillow, and as you slap them, Rose, you were recently embroiled in combat with 5 dragons.
No.
In a dream you were having, in which they murdered you.
Oh, good.
Over and over and over. And every time that you hoped it would end, it didn't. And it started all over again. And then suddenly, Eodos' face is right there and you're awake. You are exhausted. You do not feel like you got rest at all. And
what the fuck?
You okay there? You look like you're having a bad dream. Or several.
That's... What the fuck? Ow. They just kind of like stare at you.
I gotta be honest with you. Would not recommend going out there sweating like that.
No.
Also,
what's up? What's happening?
You look kind of rough. Don't know if I would recommend going out there in general, if I'm being real here.
What time is it? What's happening?
I mean, it's the watch exchange, but you don't look like you've slept at all. I don't know if you are going to be much good keeping watch. No offense. You look kind of rough.
No, I could do it. Fine. Yeah. Nope, I can do it. Let's just like struggle to get up.
All right. Well, while you do that, I'll be right back. Edith's gonna preemptively go ahead and go downstairs and get Robert.
okay.
We're like, "Hey, are you asleep? I don't know how you sleep actually. You good, Robert? Am I bothering you?"
I'm good. What do you need?
It's watch shift, but Rose is looking kind of rough. Would you mind taking shift with them?
All right.
I don't know if Aerith is planning on keep it going because he can do his whole trance thing, so he's pretty good. But
yeah, I can take a shift.
All right, just keep an eye out for us. They didn't look like themselves. They look pretty haggard.
The mask.
Just be careful.
I know. I think Discord did
Did it do it?
I'm gonna say I don't know what that
thing?
last sentence was.
Yeah. Oh no.
The
Oh, there it
sentence
is.
was just, no, like the sentence was just be careful.
Okay. All right. Rose, as you open the door, it is fucking cold. Like, under the blankets, you were sweating, and as soon as you kind of like get out of that adrenaline rush of the dream, it is really cold.
Yep. They kind of just like staggered across the deck and up, just like kind of on autopilot, and sat down on the floor in the captain command center.
Cockpit.
Yeah.
Aerith is on the roof above you guys, technically speaking. But it is warmer
The roof
in
is
there.
on fire.
So you can either do 3 perception checks, or one of you could take advantage, and another one can roll. Because you've got somebody who can help. And
Should we just?
You said I was like exhausted. Am I actually exhausted?
You are not actually exhausted yet. It just does not feel like you slept at all.
Okay.
So are we just individually perceiving?
Yeah, I guess
Everybody
so.
give me a perception.
Yay, it's better. I switched the numbers.
I accidentally rolled the GM, but it was not good.
Yeah. And then I also need a Constitution saving throw from everybody. Aerith, you have advantage from being bundled up, and Robert, you have advantage because you're skeleton armor. It's still really cold, Rose, and there are a lot of things. It's okay. Yep. You managed to stave off the biting cold. At least it's still uncomfortable. You all finish your watch. Thing seems to climb up the side of the mountain and try to get you guys up here. It's been pretty quiet. By the end of your watch, the sun has started to rise. Actually, you can't really even see the sun. You can just see the sky above you lightening as the sun rises behind the mountains to the east of you. Who you guys waking up for the last watch?
Did Robert just like creepily stare at me the whole night?
I don't know.
I thought I was overtaking your shift. So I would have got up. I was just letting everyone else talk, but I thought I was taking over your shift, so I was just gonna get in and be like, go back, go to sleep, be gone.
What?
I can do it.
Fine.
Be gone. You ungrateful person.
Hey, you are still super mean.
Yes. Now go away.
Okay. Wow. Okay. I guess Rose for the watch just like left Robert there and just went over and to the top of the ship because he told him to go away.
Okay. I said go back to your bed.
You said go away.
Yeah, go away to your bed. Go back to your girlfriend.
She's not there.
She's not in
there.
Get
off the top deck. I go find her.
Stop yelling at me. Fine.
It's below deck.
I'm just at the top listening to this, and I'm just like, this is entertaining.
Then go sit on my floor and pout.
Roll me another wisdom save or are you going back to sleep, or are you just gonna pout all night?
After the designated watch time, I guess I'll try to go back to sleep.
Then as the watch comes to an end, Robert, who do you wake up for the next watch?
Who has not been woken up?
The NPCs.
The NPCs, the Avengers.
Alright. That was closest to my mouse, so they get it picked.
Good luck with us.
Got it. I'll let you guys know if I see any wyverns. And she'll come up here and kind of just sit next to Aerith. And Hello. How are you this morning? Yeah.
Well, just trying to keep warm.
It's cold out here. So, you can go ahead and roll with advantage, because I think it's more fun for you guys to roll than me. She will help you with your watch.
That's good.
Okay.
And then I do need another Constitution saving throw.
Meow. I like how it keeps going down by 1.
Yeah, but you still met the DC. I'll say she's probably bundled up in her blankets too. Okay. That's a good thing she bundled up. All right. Okay. As the final watch comes to a close, nothing bothers you or comes for the ship. Eldkin is probably the first to awake as she slept through the battle. And she'll come up to the deck and be like, Focus, hold up here. Yeah, nope, not doing that. And she'll go right back down and back to her bed. At the end of your watch, you can now see the sun kind of rising over the mountain peaks to the east. It is well lit here. You can see evidence of a nearby avalanche on a mountain face about 1,000, 1,500 feet off to your left.
I like how Eldkin slept through the landing too.
Yeah, she slept through everything.
I tranced through it.
It was bouncy, but
that's fine.
That's to be expected.
And technically, the landing probably woke you up, Aerith, but it was at the end of your trance.
Okay.
Rose, you have a level of exhaustion as you did not sleep last night. When you went back to bed and fell back asleep, a red mask presented itself in your dreams, laughing, and then it resumed. The dragons, the endless sea of fire and lightning and poison and snow and acid. The acid was actually surprisingly not that bad. In your dreamscape, you still have some semblance of control, but you died hundreds of times that night. And you wake up the next morning, your eyes heavy and your limbs tired.
They just stay in the room.
Okay. So, as we start the next day, you all can convene in the galley below decks where it is still warm. That's probably actually where Eldkin went after she went up on the deck. She probably went down and went, nope, gonna make food, and started making food. It's just warmed, hardtack and water to make almost like an oatmeal type with, just some fried duck meat, because there's still a buttload of duck meat. But you guys can... yes, you do get your spells and HP back. It's technically a long rest, but you're magically exhausted by what's been happening.
So you have disadvantage on all your ability checks.
Yep.
But as you all convene, Rose is not there. What do you guys want to do for the day?
Where's Rose?
I mean, they look like they went through the fucking ringer. When I woke them up for a watch, they were not in good shape. So I'm thinking they probably caught bad end of the whole mask thing. Unfortunately.
Well, I think I'm going to eat and do my morning exercises.
All right.
I'm going to eat and try out that spell.
Okay.
Sounds like we're all having breakfast and then going about our own personal things, because Eidos is going to go do his morning training and work on Savage Attacker.
All right.
I'm trying to work on Heavy Armor Master.
All right, so everyone's working.
All right, who wants to punch me so I can get tough?
I'll throw spells at you if that helps.
I have no idea.
You got to get a boulder to start walking up a mountain or some shit.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I obviously any homebrew, I reserve the right to, but that doesn't look. It looks balanced. It looks fine.
Okay. I was like, what are you talking about? And then
Your
I
paint
remembered,
prismatic.
oh yeah.
Yeah. I was like reading through it, like, what is it? Okay. Eidos, give me a dexterity for the work on yours. Ken, yours is strength training still, so give me a strength check.
Ooh,
Oh my god.
I was just about to say, I think that's what you got last time you did the practice. Right, let's see. I need to add a day 7 to the log.
Better.
Yeah. All right.
I'm gonna add some burpees to the regimen.
Yeah, you're trying to do like suicides on the deck, but it's just so small, and you're doing it in this heavy armor that's like, Ken's just like wheezing by the end of it, just exhausted.
Do you want me to sit on your back? Give you a little extra weight?
I appreciate the gesture, but Race Felger is pretty much handling it, but I appreciate it.
Okay. I cast a gravity spell. No, I'm kidding.
All right.
Those
so
don't
I get the Avengers will also ask, what is our plan for travel today? We're just going to continue heading east. Are we going to try to make it over these mountains into the Nether Mountains today?
Yeah, we're gonna try. Were they there whenever the sword reacted?
I mean, the ship isn't that big. They've probably seen it glowing, but they know you guys do crazy shit.
Me.
They're not surprised by a lot of it.
Yeah, so yeah, we're going northeast east today. I'll take command of the piloting.
That will lead into your training time. But
oh shit. No. I need heavy armor master. So
all right. Got the notes there for that. All right. So, who will be flying the ship? I mean, Halan and Emmeline are happy to.
I mean, probably.
And this is all happening still like in the galley as we plan out what you guys are gonna do for the day.
Probably one of them if the rest of us are doing things.
We're happy to. Let's see, we could at least do the first through the mountains. Decide where we're going once we pass into Thay proper. And Emily kind of looks around. You said, should somebody go check on Rose?
I vote you.
Make a persuasion check.
Sure, I'm so good at those.
She's gonna know you.
Yeah. Oh, that's an 8.
Uno reverse card.
She kind of just like looks down. Anybody else?
Well, are you asking for any sort of other persuasion to try to talk you into it, or do you mean could one of us go talk to him?
Could one of you? It's just she kind of like looks. Things are just a little weird.
Trouble in paradise.
No. You know what? She kind of shakes her head. I'll do it. I got this. I'll go check on her, and then, hold on, you want to meet me at the wheel? We can start the ship moving while they continue their training. Let's get them where they need to be. Hold on. Just nods. Yep, I'll go get things started. We'll be ready to go in 15, 20 minutes. Mm-hmm. She'll head up to Rose's room. So I'm actually going to, because we're still kind of just on the ship. Robert, what are you and Sebas doing today?
Does he have questions? I'm assuming he has questions, and I have some answers.
He'll ask just what happened, and you can spend as much or as little time as you want explaining to him what happened.
I will spend the day explaining what I explained to the party.
Okay. Do you give him the whole truth? What do you hold back? If you hold anything back.
I will hold the same stuff back that I held from the party.
Okay. Roll me a deception.
Let's hope his insight is as bad as when talking with everyone. Decep.
Hilarious, but okay. He listens very intently throughout the day, and we will circle back to that. Rose, as you are, I don't know, what in your room? Are you in your bed, or are you? What do you? The sun has come up, the light peering through the windows. You can hear your companions moving around the ship beneath you, but you are so tired.
Yeah, they're kind of sitting on the floor in the far corner of the room.
Okay. You see M poke her head in the door. Rose, are you okay?
Leave me alone. And there's a flash of magic.
Oh no.
You're trying to kill your girlfriend.
Nope. But she does get banished. Oops.
Oh,
or
my
she has to roll
God.
through it.
It's a 7.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a good thing the ship is not moving at the moment. As you guys are still sitting on the cliff face, this is actually happening. Ken, you're kind of like, where would you be doing your training? You're probably up on the aft castle, because it's got the most open space doing your training with.
Does this happen when she goes in or at the door?
She's literally like, she pokes her head in the door and then thump, disappears.
So
Eidos, you're out there on your training dummy, and you see her poke her head in the door and then shoop, just vanish.
Rose, you can't banish your girlfriend.
You're not there.
You're not
You're
there.
not there.
I
You're talking
know.
to your son. Halan just like, what the hell? He's like looking down very, very worriedly over Eidos at the door where she was just standing.
He's just gonna kind of shoulder the fate render, put a pause on what he was doing, and walk over to the door. Like, Rose, did you just disappear? Did you just send her somewhere? What did you do?
No, hold on. And I'll drop it.
Okay. She reappears in the same space, and Eidos and her kind of get pushed a little bit aside. Technically, it's space next, you know. That was a weird place. That was very strange. Where the hell was I?
Fuck. Sorry. Hi. Oh.
Hi.
Boy. Wow.
You really did not have a good night's sleep, huh?
Fuck. It's fine.
She's just sort of staring at you, waiting for you to
apologize.
Said I was sorry.
Yeah, I know. I wasn't saying that she was waiting for you to apologize. She's just like looking at you, trying to understand. Roll an insight.
Do I just end up walking out?
What are you doing?
I was gonna work
you
on
were
the
working on your
spell.
Okay. Where are you gonna work on it?
Probably
on the
up
bow?
here, yeah.
Okay, so you are. Yeah, you were probably there when she got banished too. 'Cause you probably followed him up, and as you've got like your head in your hands, one hand just on the dragon mask, and you look up, and you are. Rose is exhausted. They're just completely beat, and there is genuine fear on M's face. You can't tell if it's of or for you, but she seems afraid.
Sorry, I didn't mean to. I swear.
It's okay. No, it's okay. Do you need? What can I get you? Do you need some food?
I don't know what they. You won't leave me alone. Asshole. Fucker. I think he's mad. I don't know if it's from. They just like gesture to the mask, or maybe the dragon. Would he know about that? Oh shit. Red dragon. I don't know.
I don't either, but let me actually, because DM playing an NPC, this is so tricky. Because it's just like I can't.
You did it to yourselves.
She shrugs like I don't know. It kind of makes sense that they'd maybe be together.
Shit. They just like turn around and face the wall, and I'm gonna cast Sending.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to send it to Severin.
Okay. Okay, yeah. All right. What is the message?
It just angrily just hiss, just leave me the fuck alone.
Okay.
This is such a great idea.
Yeah, what could go wrong?
Five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3. Neat. All right.
Well, fuck, god damn it.
What's up, Rose? What's eating you?
Literally.
Not a good look on your face.
They kind of like peek behind Emmeline to Eidos. It's just like, you know the red dragon mask guy? Did we ever meet him? Is that just me?
No, I think Eidos saw Eidos. He was at no. He was at Galandar. Never mind. You would not have.
I've only heard of him. So.
Only what you've told me.
Well, he's being a dick, and
I just remember something. When we use the mirror, Ken will remember the red dragon mask guy.
Yeah, you're just up on the aft castle, right? Would you have come down by this point?
This is out of character.
Yeah, Ken and Robert and Aerith all know him. They've seen him, but the other two, he wasn't in their backstories.
And Robert?
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, I probably, after I finish my routine, I'll probably, take Rest Trailer off and do like a quick inspection of everything before getting prepped to leave.
Okay. All right. Sounds good.
He seemed fine before that I had the mask. He seemed interested in talking. Now he's just mad. Now I think he's just... God.
I wonder why he would be mad.
I don't know. Do you think it was the dragon? It was probably the dragon.
It's probably everything we've done, to be real.
Yeah. Asshole.
What'd you expect?
I told, like I said, it's been fine before. Like, he was just asking about stuff.
He might have just been trying to get his foot in the door, If you kind of let your guard down with any of these types, they're probably going to take what they can get.
Mm-hmm.
Fine.
Now, could you set aside 2 hours each day and just unattune right before you go to sleep and reattune when you wake up? Now, this is Eidos genuinely asking you. Is that something you can do? Because that could probably circumvent him fucking with your ability to sleep, and then you just reattune each morning.
As long as we don't get attacked in the middle of the night by more wyverns or ducks.
I mean,
yeah.
At least give it a try.
Fine.
You just look like you've had a hell of a night, and I don't want you to lose your mask, but you definitely look like you could be able to do with an actual night's sleep and not some creepy old red mask guy breathing down your neck.
Even in your dreams.
Who does he think he is, sending fucking dragons to kill me all goddamn night?
Was it just one dragon?
It was all of them.
Oh.
Was it the one we killed? Or
maybe. We haven't killed the green one yet. We've killed all the other ones though. Why does he get to kill me in my dreams? We murdered those fuckers.
Probably because you're the only one who has some form of connection with. So...
Yeah. I'll try it. I'll try.
1 second. God damn it, Cade.
Yeah, I mean, maybe we could come up with something else to try to, guard against them fucking with you in your dreams. But if nothing else, maybe tonight, whenever we call it a night, just right before we go to sleep, just unattune to it.
Okay. Yep, I'll try. You're right. Maybe that'll help at least for now. Do something.
We made the skeleton skull. I forgot his name. Alfred attuned to it. So we just annoy the shit out of him with a clattering skull.
Is that even
you give
possible?
something. You give that to Alfred. He's not giving it back.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're gonna have to kill Alfred, and I dug that man out of the ground with my bare hands. I want us to keep Alfred unless we find out for sure he feeding them information to the Lich.
Right. He's a good guy. He can be redeemed.
Yeah, he's the party mascot at this point.
Just learning not to bite fingers.
Was the party mascot.
Well, we had to leave him behind.
When we get back, we'll just tie his jaw shut, and we'll attach him to Fred's armor, and they can be the party mascot together.
Hell yeah, I'm down.
Look what you've done, Cade.
I know. All right. Anything else anybody wants to do before you guys hit the skies?
Do we need to check it, Ken? You're the resident artificer here. I know you touched up. Do we need to be worried about our landing last night, or was it good? As long as it's good, I'm down to go.
I felt a few extra bumps.
I fixed it as soon as we touched down last night, so we should be good in that area.
All right, yeah, I'm good to go. I got nothing else. We got our morning practices in. We got a Band-Aid fix currently. See if maybe that'll help, and then we can try to figure something else out.
I had my bladder was just very angry. I had to step away for a second. What was I came back to talk of Alfred and Fred.
Yeah.
What was the end of?
It was just that Alfred is our party mascot.
No, I heard that.
Okay.
I heard that. What was the end of the Rose Dragon Mask discussion?
Give it to Alfred.
Yeah, put it on Alfred.
Put it on Alfred.
Annoy him. So Alfred can annoy them.
I said that Alfred probably wouldn't give it back though.
Yeah, but it would annoy the shit out of them. Just they try and invade his dreams. It is just a clattering skull.
Do you think
disembodied
skeleton dream skulls have dreams?
Have you?
Has Alfred ever gone to sleep? Have we? Has he just been clattering the whole time?
All night.
So he's kind of, those those Billy Bass fish that you used to have in the 90s.
Yeah.
That when you got close to it, it would activate.
Just start singing.
That's what Alfred is.
Okay.
When you get within about 15 feet, he starts clack, clack, clack. But if he's just left alone and you watch him from outside that, he just sort of sits there, dormant.
No. Poor Alfred.
He doesn't have a body. He's just a skull. But all right. M and Halan will take you guys off into the sky and start making your way east. Now, Ken, you will be guiding the efforts, correct?
Yes.
All right. So, give me a survival check. And then I need one from this, and I need that.
It was like just yesterday we were in the Pirate Isles.
All right. Okay. And then Robert. No, you've already rolled.
Nah.
I think has everybody rolled a day's travel d20?
Think so?
Maybe.
Okay. Yeah, Robert, roll me a d20.
Okay.
Okay.
Don't roll another one.
Dragon!
3.
Please no. Well,
Rokai Papa comes in.
3. All right, give me
unless it's metallic, then hell yeah.
Right.
I mean, if the ancient red dragon shows up, I'm dimension dooring into him. I'm just gonna cut him up from the inside because he'll be big enough for me to
Take
go
me
in.
with you.
That's actually. So as the day begins,
Aliens.
you guys make your way through the mountains, through these passes, and it is, for those of you that stay on the deck, it is still blisteringly cold. But bundling yourselves up and with at least the sun in the sky, you can maintain enough warmth to not have to suffer any levels of exhaustion that would happen if anyone failed that check last night. You do make your way finally through the edge of the barren mountains, and before you stretches a craggy, rocky, reddish orange blasted landscape. It just looks desolate and dusty and destroyed in every direction. There are remnants of like petrified trees that desiccatedly just stand in these open wide spaces, and beneath you these spiky kind of juts of rockscape come up out of the ground on this side of the mountains. As you get over the mountains, there is also a dust storm about maybe 100 miles ahead of you, and it seems to be heading towards you guys pretty quick. It's coming from this direction as you guys are heading to that direction. And it is now getting through the mountains about 3 in the afternoon. You guys have been in the air for about 6 hours.
So we should probably land before that hits us.
Would it be better to get attacked by the storm on the ground or in the air?
Well, if we're in the air and the sandstorm hits, we might get knocked out of the air, and we can't see where we're landing.
Can we go above it?
Yeah, how high can we stay like mountain range height and just skirt above the sandstorm? How high up does it go?
You could keep the ship at its elevation, and it would go over most of it. Whoever thinks they might know how sandstorms act, roll me a d20 or roll me a nature check. If you want to see if your character knows how sandstorms work.
Nature. That's a no.
Hell yeah.
I'll give it a shot.
Nature.
Fucking windy.
Yeah. So, the sandstorm itself can be flown above. Robert and ironically enough, Robert, Ken, and Rose.
For some reason.
Rose, you've heard stories. And so your interpretation is more Wizard of Oz than nature. But Ken and Robert, you do know that the majority of the sandstorm itself that's dangerous only goes up a few hundred feet. The dust storm, though, that is above it can range all the way up to maybe higher than you have ever been. So looking at it now coming at you, you could fly over the worst of it, but it's going to be cold at that altitude, and there's still a chance that it could delay you guys, cause some headwinds to cause the ship to not be able to push forward as fast. Just whatever you guys want to do.
I mean, what are you guys thinking?
I'd rather be delayed than stopped.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go to Kansas. Hell yeah. Whee!
Up and over?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, Emmeline is like, okay, I don't know if I should be the one steering for this then. Anybody else wanna take this from me? I don't wanna crash the ship.
Ken, you got this. I believe in you.
Okay.
This is essentially your mission, dude.
Right?
As you take over, Halan hits you on the shoulder, puts his hand on your shoulder. Don't worry, I'll help.
You're the man, Halan.
So give me an intelligence and dexterity with advantage.
The bright side is you got to work really hard to hit something where we're at now. So that's a plus.
16 and 14. Okay. Okay. You climb in altitude, and as the air gets thinner and colder again, Elgin's, nope, no, not me. Going back down. Let me know if y'all want anything to eat. I'm just going to be in the galley. Orvastia will follow. Yeah, I don't want to. Emmeline stays with you guys just by the cabin and kind of bundles herself up so that she can help if needed. Where's everybody else going?
I'd probably try and help Ken.
Okay. Are you...
Yudos is just going to keep doing his practice stuff to try to stay warm at this altitude because it's going to be cold. I don't want to get froze over and also ice or sandstormed up,
That's fair. Okay. So you're still practicing. Then let's see. Robert, you and Sebas, you guys are still probably in the galley. As you guys are discussing and you're getting to the conclusion of everything with Sebas, he narrows his eyes and he says, "What aren't you telling me?" And then you feel the ship buck and like, oh no, and you feel that kind of like tilt towards the aft end of the ship, so you're raising in altitude again.
Okay.
Do you answer his accusation?
I mean, there's shit you probably haven't told me as well, so.
Wow. He's like that even to his son, too.
I know.
To be fair, you don't just magically, oh look, I can shoot magic now. Pew, pew, woo.
Yeah, you haven't been around.
That's true.
He learned it from you.
He goes, as you retort
magic.
that, he sits back, puts his hands in his lap in front of him. All right, then. He's just staring. Just sort of like an uncomfortable silence stretches over the two of you.
All right. I'm going to pull out the shattered sword, just hand that to him. And then I'm going to head up top. Well, I'm assuming he should know what it is.
He does, and as he sees Darkmoors, he goes, interesting, and he reaches out his hand, and a familiar longsword to you shows up, and this was your longsword that you were given when you were in the army. He goes, I've kept yours with me too, and he tosses it to you.
Okay.
Do you catch it?
Wait, where the fuck did you get my sword?
After you left.
No, I'm saying this out of character. Was the sword with me at that time? Or
it would have. It wouldn't have been important enough for Thune to keep. So it would have probably been returned, and that was when they thought you were dead. And he's been keeping it because Eldritch Knights can have 2 weapons stored.
Oh, that's true.
Okay.
They can.
They can. So he's had this one just sort of pocketed as a that final link, and as you leave Darkmoor's on the table, he tosses you yours. Yours is pristine, and you look at it, is well kept and sharp.
I was showing it to him to tell give him an idea of what I'm not telling him, and I just kind of expressing that I don't want to tell him that right now. Now is not the time for me to have this weird discussion.
He just he kind of closes his eyes and shrugs. And, all right, whenever you want, then.
Whatever you want, Dad.
Dad.
All right. So.
I'm too tired. I don't care. I'm too tired for this.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. But I've been working.
I know, man. You've had a yeah. I feel it. All right. So as you guys go over the sandstorm, everybody on the deck, give me a Constitution saving throw with advantage, as you've all found at least some way to help mitigate the cold. So that would be Aerith, Halan, Rose, Eodos, Ken. Yeah, Ken's probably leading. Okay. Okay. You guys.
Does Emily have to make one too?
She already did.
Oh, okay.
I had her unfortunately on DM. Let's see where's I need Halan's though. There it is. Constitution saving throw. He really hasn't done much. He's in the cabin. All right. He didn't even need it. Cool. Yeah, you all managed to get up and over the sandstorm. And well, it is cold up here, and the winds are still pretty crazy. The ship is listing side to side every now and then, and you have to kind of steady yourselves on the ship, but the decks are pretty designed to not let people just easily go toppling over, like a ship. It is turbulent, but after about 4 hours of travel through it, you emerge on the other side of the sandstorm. And as dusk falls, you're about there. Yeah. So it's about 6. The sun behind you, you could see through these mountains from the altitude you're at, and as the ship starts to lower back down to its normal cruising height, do you guys want to continue pushing on through the night, or land and rest?
We're gonna have to land and rest anyway for the ship's sake.
Probably, unless you tried to push it. You've been traveling for about 8 hours now. You've got 16 until the ship absolutely, or the ship will start to need to,
So we got 16 hours until ship's has to rest.
Cool down.
Until damage becomes possible. It's not like a 24 hours and something breaks immediately, but that's every leg from that point on is a Constitution check for the ship.
Okay, I say we go 8 more hours, then rest.
I need somebody else to roll me another day's travel D20.
I'll do it.
Nice. Great.
This is gonna be awesome.
Also, whenever Emmeline starts to head down deck, Rose will stop her.
I need my cuddle buddy.
So, who's going to be at the helm for this leg for the next 8 hours?
I mean, I could try if you want me to.
I'll do it.
Mostly just keeping the ship straight. All right, so Aerith is there. I just need to know who M was trading off with. So as you guys pass the sandstorm, okay, I'm gonna go get something warm to drink and rest. That was crazy. Let's okay. And she heads down to the underdeck. You follow her?
Yeah, I'll follow her until she right before she gets to the trapdoor.
Okay. She turns and goes, oh,
Hey.
What's up?
I really am sorry. I didn't mean to this morning.
Give me 1 second. She just sort of does a half smile. I know. I know.
You mad at me?
No. She kind of looks past you up at everybody. It's like, there's so much going on right now. I don't.
Are you mad at me about something else?
Let's go get something to drink. She opens the hatch.
Okay.
Leads you down to the galley. She's actually just going to grab what little ale there is and just pour you both a glass. She sighs. I'm not angry. I'm confused. What is this? I'm having trouble telling what is genuine emotion and what's friendship and what's just the crazy shit that we have been through in the last 2 weeks since you guys got back.
I don't know. You kissed me. They kind of just look at their mug and swirl it a little bit. Just I don't know. You did that, and we're here, and yep. I don't know what that means.
She just sighs. And I don't know either. I know when you were gone, I felt horrible burning regret. I miss you so much. And you came back. And I thought my prayers had been answered. And I still enjoy our time together. You're a pretty funny person. But I don't know. What are we just gonna kind of dance around forever, or
dance around what? This is it.
How many? I mean, I know I'm new to this too, but how many relationships have you been in, Rose?
They just drink. Not what?
Oh.
Well, hold on. What constitutes a relationship?
Two people that care about each other over everything else and put each other over themselves?
None.
I'm sorry. I mean, I haven't either. I'd seen the adventurers come through, and I remember the way my mom looked at my dad. But I don't know even what this is.
Just, the stories, and the prince gets princess, they kiss, live happily ever after. I thought this was happily ever after.
You say exhaustedly over your beer. I think happily ever after takes a lot of work, and right now there's so much going on.
Yeah, this never stops. Ever.
I want you to know that I'll always help you with it. You know, I'll always be your friend. I just don't know if trying for more right now is the right play, and that's my fault. I should have thought about it more.
So things don't change, but you won't sleep in the room anymore.
I think I'm more comfortable with the other Avengers in our little cabins. At least that way, if something happens, the four of us can be together, and I've come to rely on them pretty heavily.
Okay.
She kind of like reaches out, puts her hand on yours. I'll always be your friend. You know that, right?
Yeah. Sounds good.
She just smiles and takes her beer, and I'm gonna go get some rest. If we get attacked by ducks, quack for me.
Oh.
She smiles and walks out of the galley to her cabin.
Is anybody else in?
I would say that since it was a private conversation, no one was in the galley. But as she leaves, you hear, "Oh dear, I'm so sorry." Eldkin was probably right around the corner in the kitchens, and
Eldkin. Hi.
Press F for respect for Rose. Oh, she left.
They've been watching and making comments.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh
man.
Perfect. Do you still have the thing that you carry around that has better stuff than this?
Oh, the flask.
Yes.
Yeah, let me get that for you.
Gimme.
She'll hand you her flask. And she'll just sit down and get drunk with you if you want, or not talk or whatever Rose wants. Eldkin will offer that solidarity.
Yeah. Rose is gonna take like a big swig of whatever's in there.
It's
hoping.
Strong.
Okay,
She's
good.
a dwarf.
Yeah.
It's dwarfin liquor.
Oh wait.
I'll put some hair on your beard or on your chin. Tell you that one.
they just
hair on your beard.
Hair on your beard.
They give her a smirk.
Dwarf, your beards have hair.
They give her a smirk, and then I'll change and make myself a beard. Give her a wink.
Maybe a little bit of a pencil mustache.
No. Really? No.
No, just kidding. You're perfect, just the way you like to be. Up on the deck.
Likes you.
Oh, sorry. Did you have more?
Yeah, we'll switch scenes, but they did want to talk to Eldkin.
Okay, so you and Eldkin talk through the evening. Eventually, people do come down for dinner, and she has to get up and help, prepare everything. But on the deck, the ship continues on for the next 8 hours. Heavy winds do kind of keep you from progressing as much as you're expecting. So instead of making it 3 blocks, you make it 2.
Joy.
But at the end of Eris Leg, you are about halfway between, and the more you travel east, Ken, the more you have to point the sword north. And as you look at it from this angle here, it looks like it's directing you almost to the southern tip of where the Nether Mountains are.
So like,
yeah,
okay.
Probably. Maybe like I put that there.
Yeah.
Appreciate everyone not metaing it though. It's so great.
I've been trying not to say anything about it.
But it's leading you that way.
We don't see it clearly yet.
Yes, exactly. So you have another 8 hours until the ship risks disaster. It is now 1 in the morning when Aerith wraps up his shift.
I'm tired.
Were you going to trade off or land it?
Yeah, land it. Go ahead and bring
we landing? Landing!
Aerith. Don't slam us into the ground.
I know this time. No, I'm kidding.
Is anybody gonna help Aerith?
Yeah, I've been here this whole time.
Okay, cool. All right. Aerith, give me a intelligence and a dexterity at advantage.
Intelligence. Dexterity.
Just need to roll. Okay. It's not smooth. None of you are really trained in airship landing or travel, and it shows every leg of the way. But there are no cracks, there are no crunches, and you do manage to find it's like it looks like a massive crater, like almost like you would see on the moon when you look up to it, like this huge divot in the ground. And you land in there hoping that it will obscure you from view.
See, I'm smart.
Ship is on the ground at around 1 a.m. I'd say most of you are probably... Who would be awake? I know Ken and Eodos are helping Aerith. Emmeline has been in her room, just kind of reading and resting.
Rose is still drinking, whether Eldkin is still around or not.
I mean, she had to stop for dinner, but the two of you can continue to drink throughout the evening.
Did you
Halan
want to have
will join you.
one more little conversation?
Okay. So let's say this is 6 hours into drinking, and the three of you are pretty plastered.
Eldkin.
What's up, dear?
What did I do wrong?
Oh, no. It's not. It's not about right or wrong, dear. Yeah, it's not right or wrong. It's what you each need. And
I mean, you and Halan are together, right? How do you guys stay together?
Did you hear that? Oh my God. Oh no. Let's just say I'm not exactly Alon's type. And Alon just smirks. Yeah. Not really. But we've known each other a long time. Let's just say there's a lot of trust there. And trust.
You sleep in the same room.
Because we trust each other. It's easy.
Still has question marks.
When I met Halan, what was it? I was still 15 years ago. Something like that. It's a long time. I was starting out. You tried to rob me. And she kind of points at him, and he just smiles like, I did.
Tried. You fucked it up.
Yeah, she saw me coming.
Wow.
Those traps.
Saw you coming.
Good.
I thought you were better than that.
Yeah. Let's just say I've honed my skills over the last 15 years. But a lot of that is thanks to Eldkin. She offered me a way out from a really, really bad spot. And yeah, I think I pretty much owe her my life. Every good thing that's happened to me has been because of her. And she just pushes him and is like, you just stop it. You're embarrassing me. I don't like it. Boy, I mean, he's right. I did. And I am all the good in his life. Just not on that level, you know? And maybe that's what you and Emmeline can be. You could be best friends.
She said we could be friends, but when you hear people in the tavern, they're like, oh, we're just friends now, and they mean that they hate each other? Is that...
relationships, like physical ones that require both parties to... It's so much work. It's a lot of work. And friendships, they don't have as many strings attached. Halan kind of just chimes in. They're easier to maintain because there's less heart on the line. And then they can build, but the build is slower. And that's fine. You know, you both, if I can just be honest, you both need somebody who's willing to take the reins in a relationship. And from what I could see, neither one of you were. And without somebody leading the horse, it just sort of wanders around.
I mean, I don't know what that means.
Neither does she. She's learning too. She's 17. She honestly shouldn't even be out here. But
that's what I said, and her dad didn't think it was his fault and said that she bullied him into it, which is honestly kind of funny if you know Hadrian.
No, we know, dear. She doesn't keep secrets. She's not really that kind of person. She doesn't like to broadcast it, but that's just because she doesn't like to feel like she's making it on her father's name. But we know. And while he was there, she did bully him into it. Your name was brought up more than once. She was pretty distraught when you all died.
Not my fault that we died.
No one's saying it is. It's not about... Here. And she kind of gets more alcohol for you. Pushes it to you. When you get to the bottom of this bottle, I need you to accept that this is nobody's fault. Okay? And we'll talk until you finish that bottle.
What if I don't get there?
It's a pretty full bottle.
I'll try. Oh, fuck.
And so for the next hour, you are constantly handed shots, and they just keep talking with you and trying to reassure you that things are complicated and relationships are complicated, and that it's not your fault, and that you two could be better off as friends than you ever could be as more.
I feel like
and that
one of
you'll
us,
find the right person.
One of the Starlight members just walks into the middle of the conversation, and we're just like, the fuck is going on? What just happened?
They're so drunk they don't even notice. So if you guys do, that's fine.
Nah, I'm not. Ken doesn't want any part of that.
I mean, I would walk in to grab like a snack or something to drink before I trans, so...
Sloppily talking over this, or talking in circles about relationships, and just... Occasionally, you might overhear laughter and stories from Halan and Eldkin as they're recounting their past together, but...
Okay.
Alright, so...
What it's like to be young, and I just move, and I just leave and go back to my room.
No, Earth, come back, help me.
What? No.
Help.
No,
There's so much left.
You gotta finish that.
No.
Do what she says.
Do it. Do it. And then give me a Constitution saving throw.
Not at advantage.
No.
Hey,
okay.
That's not bad.
Right? Wow, okay.
After about 2 hours, you finish the bottle. Whether or not Rose is convinced is up to you. But Eldkin seems pleased. And you actually managed to hold it down. You are, like, swayingly drunk, and as you do try to make your way back to your cabin, as it's, 3 in the morning, it feels like the airship's still in the air.
Yeah, I don't think they even remember what they were supposed to be doing anymore. But we'll see in the morning.
Probably not.
I also forget Eodos's
suggestion
ideas because extremely drunk. Oops.
Give me a wisdom saving throw at advantage.
Ooh. Because I'm drunk.
Okay.
Wow, that didn't help.
Okay. Unfortunately, it is another sleepless night of horrible nightmares. The laughing red mask taunting you from the background. Return it. Give it back. Surrender it to me. As you die over and over and over and over. Everybody else. As the ship lands around 1 a.m, are you guys all resting for the night or taking watches?
I mean, we're gonna take watches.
Okay, I always have to ask.
Rose might not be involved in it. Seeing that, if any of us go to try to tag out with them, they're probably in another toss and turn situation. But
toss and turn, and then just go.
Yeah, but we're out in the middle of fucking the blasted lands. Like, yeah, we definitely need somebody watching at all times. So we should definitely do a watch at least.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So who's taking the first watch then? You have, let's say you have Emmeline and Orvustia at your service, and Sebis, but Eldkin, Halan, and Rose are currently occupied. And Emily. Oh no, Emmeline's actually she'll be occupied too. She's not gonna. If you knock on her, she's be like, I just can I just have a night? Just need to rest.
I just got my heart broken. Leave me alone.
I mean, her heart's not broken, but she's nursing wounds. All wounds hurt.
Well, we'll let Aerith do his trance. So I'll take the first watch,
Okay.
since he only needs 4 hours, and then he can help down the line. But I'll go first.
Oh, give me a perception check. Okay. As you keep your eyes on the horizon, this entire landscape it's strangely similar to Aglarond, but alien to everywhere else you have been. There is that kind of sense of undeath in the soil itself. It doesn't have that weird kind of overgrowth like was all over Aglarond. But it's very unsettling. There's very little noise aside from the occasional whoosh of the wind and the clattering of dust, and then what sounds like hollow, honestly, what just sounds like bones clattering together en masse in the distance, keeping your eyes kind of on the edge of this crater that you guys have nested in. You don't see anything in the crater or come up over the edge during your watch, but you can hear there's quite a bit of stuff out there.
It's just this steady nagging in the back of Eidos' mind because he borrows his power from the Raven Queen, and I'm sure she fucking hates this place.
He definitely does.
It's just
not like it.
Just an ambient sort of, man, fuck, I hate it here.
That's fair. Your watch does come to a conclusion with no trouble from the undead that litter this land. Who are you waking up next?
I'll probably grab Aerith since he has the least amount of sleep necessary, and let him go from there.
So you take the first 2 watches. Aerith, go ahead and give me a perception check for your watch. Just be the 2 for this evening. Okay. You can hear the things that Eidos had pointed out as you trade off watch. The clattering, the occasional like mad cackling that comes over the wind, but don't see anything. Nothing accosts you guys or press over the edge of that crater throughout your watch. And by the end of the 4 hours, the sun has risen, and this the whole land takes on a completely different aesthetic. As the night was getting deeper and deeper, it was getting cold, really cold, almost like being up in the mountains again. Not cold enough that you were having to make saves, but you were bundling up to stay up on the decks. And then as the sun comes out, the sun feels like it's sitting directly on your shoulders, and you are just like immediately covered in this sweat that dries almost instantly. And that kind of feels good, but it's unreal compared to the natural areas you're used to, how quick the temperature here shifts.
Oh my god. But Jesus.
You like to be able to feel temperature.
You finish your rest. Everybody comes back to consciousness. Rose, have 2 levels of exhaustion as you did not get sleep again. It is getting worse. You wake up and everything really hurts. Like everything. Getting out of bed just
You're gonna go die.
Right.
Oh.
Excuse me.
So, as this next day starts, is there anything you guys would like to do before you take to the air and continue on to the Nether Mountains?
Quick exercises.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a strength. And Eidos, to do your training, give me a dexterity.
All right.
Rose, unattuned from the goddamn mask.
Whoever's on the like main deck, like where Eidos trains and stuff, you just see a black mask just go flying out of Rose's door and hit the deck.
Okay, you just throw it out onto the deck?
Yep.
Okay, got it.
Just for a little bit, they're just sitting on the ground pouting angrily. I guess more than pouting, they're just like pissed.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay.
I mean, Eidos will scoop that up for Rose and just tuck it in his bag of holding. That way, it don't go flying off the ship or anything like that.
Right. Okay, got it. Understood. Okay, cool. Then it would have changed the reaction. He would have shown you the sword in a little bit less of an angry way.
No, that's fine.
He hit a dirty 20 on that insight check, so he knew you were lying.
No, that's fine. Like I said, I critical thinking out the moment.
I hear you. All right, so let me get this. Eidos got a 30-20. Strength 6. Gotcha. Okay, so you guys conclude your morning rituals. Rose, do you unattune from? Well, as soon as it goes in the bag of holding.
Yeah, he put it in the bag of holding, so I guess I'm unattuning from it.
Yeah,
they were gonna come back and grab it after like 20 minutes, but it's gone.
Yeah, you step out onto the deck while Eidos is practicing his savage attacker techniques, and it's not there anymore.
Oh, fuck. What happened to it? Did he come get it?
What's happening? Mid-swing.
Where'd the mask go? Where is it?
Oh, I got it. You kind of threw it, and it looked like it was going to fly off the ship.
Yeah. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have done. Fuck. Okay, you can have it for today. I want it back.
If you want it back, you can grab it. Just before you go to sleep tonight, try unattuning to it to see if that'll help you get a good night's sleep.
Yeah, I kind of got distracted from that and forgot.
Yeah, distracted.
Hey.
Eldkin met you guys at breakfast with a big smile on her face. She felt great. Halan was nowhere to be seen. Neither was Rose. Halan still has not shown his face yet.
Well, hopefully we have a smooth day's travel. I mean, I wouldn't count on it because at this point, every day we've been attacked by something. But maybe just take it easy for the day. If something comes up, I'm sure we can handle it. If you wanna, it'll pull the mask back out and hand it to you. If you wanna reattune to it or put it on or whatever, you can. But I mean, I'm not trying to take it from you. So maybe just leave it off for the day. See if that helps you any.
The whole day?
The whole day.
Yeah, drug addiction, don't give her it.
They will heed Eidos's. They'll try. They'll keep it off for the whole day. I'll unattune from it.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, and Eidos isn't gonna force you. It's not like he expects you to. If you don't want to, he's not gonna judge you. Because I mean, we were all making some pretty wild decisions anyway. So he's not really in a place to judge. It's just Rose is looking pretty rough. He feels pretty bad for him right now. So just keep that in mind, I guess.
Do you think are we gonna get attacked again? God damn it!
Who knows?
Fuck.
What are you doing with the mask? Are you keeping it like in your bag, or are you gonna leave it on the ship? What are you doing? It's important for me.
So they're gonna keep it with them at all times. They wouldn't just like leave it on the ship if we're not on the ship.
Okay.
But for now, I guess I'm just gonna they'll sit and just watch Ito's work and nurse a hangover and just like hold it in their hands. But do I have to unattune to it if I'm not like wearing it?
Yeah. If you're not wearing it, you would have to unattune to it.
Okay. So I guess I'll unattune from it and just hold it.
How about this? To help take your mind off of it, you're just gonna kind of like try to low key point over towards Ken. Why don't you give him a hand with his trading today? Looks like his mind's kind of in other places.
Or Robert. Robert likes to get punched.
Punch Robert or help Ken?
Yeah.
That's a hard choice.
You can't touch this.
Well, now I'm gonna punch Robert.
I'm trying to execute this.
It probably will never go well. Yeah. Give me a intelligence. Earth.
Just a straight intelligence.
Straight intelligence. Okay.
I like how I'm doing better with this than my second spell that I tried to create.
By the end of the morning ritual, which is becoming this like 2-hour time block in which you guys practice and train before you eat, train, practice, hit the air. By the end of it, the spell is starting to manifest. You're kind of putting it together in reality and then attempting to execute it. It'll work sometimes. Some of the what is narrative description. Some of the magical, the paint that gets created will splash out, and some of it will dissipate in the air before it actually gets to where you're aiming it. So you're refining it. Close, almost got it down. But it is actually manifesting in at least the style that you're looking at. It's just getting it to,
Yeah.
Like it. Gotcha. And it's a second level. Go ahead and use 2 second level spell slots as you practice.
I've got those
All right.
to spare, at least for now.
So, as you guys take to the air, and it really doesn't matter who's flying. I need 2 people to roll me 2 d20, or 2 people to roll me a d20.
I rolled
Because
we're gonna
do. I haven't rolled one, so I'll roll one.
Awesome.
I'll roll one.
Gotcha. Eidos is the first leg.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Oh.
Ken.
Hell yeah.
Okay. So as the day begins, you take off into the air, and perhaps it's the dust storm that blew through last night, but the winds have shifted and are now at your tail and are actually pushing you along as you head towards the Nether Mountains. Your first leg of the journey, you gain more distance than you had initially planned. As the day progresses on, you get to about mid-afternoon. The weather calms down, but it's still just a beautiful, nice day. It's very bright. It's very hot, and as you look down on the land beneath you and seeing it in daylight, Mordor and the goblins and the orcs and how it looks with just like it's just think that, but red and blasted and undead. It's just massive undead pulling these large contraptions along the ground with smaller swarms of them clattering over each other and tearing apart things, and it looks like absolute chaos. And beneath you can see no life. But at around dusk, you find yourselves approaching the southern peak of the Nether Mountains, and Ken, following your sword, you narrow it in, and as you approach, you see what looks to be a clearing. There's actually several of them into the sides of the mountain going up, but one large enough one to land the airship on, and then what looks to be a stairway hewn into the rock itself, spiraling and curving into the mountains. Do you guys land it there, or do you continue and try to find somewhere else?
I mean, that sounds like the best bet.
Okay.
I just want to say, we're 100% sure the metallic dragons are here. On the mountain, right next to the skeletons.
Well, Ken's sword seems to think so, and that's never been wrong, right?
So far.
And we're sure it's good? Because why would a good dragon be right next door to necromancers?
Because that's where they live.
Okay. That's fine.
I don't know. You know the Thay plays better than anybody else.
Yeah.
I'd never been to Thay.
You would know.
I don't know.
You would know the Metallics have been enemies of Thay. They've worked against them in the past, but they're not friendly normally to the humanoid races. They seem to, from what you know of their effect on Thay, they seem mostly focused on restricting them to Thay, keeping them here and preventing them from going anywhere else. That was what you knew as of 5 years ago.
No, they did a great job. All right. Well.
All right.
Well,
best place to
is there any cloth? Like any, clean-ish pieces of cloth that I can get a hold of?
Sure. Non-magical is easy. There's hammocks in the undercarriage of the ship. If you just wanted to grab a hammock or cut a piece of it off, there's a bunch of them.
You know that thing when people prank their friends where they grab their pockets on their jeans and they just rip that stuff down?
Yeah.
Eidos does that to Aerith.
Hey.
Oh, no. You're like the only person that I know that actively wears cloth.
What about Rose? Well, actually, that's a bad idea.
Okay. Actually, Eidos, make me athletics. Aerith, athletics or acrobatics? This would probably be a grapple check followed by a strength to actually rip it off.
Athletics or acrobatics?
Why are we ripping off each other's pants?
Give me a strength. Let's see how as you reach out, you do manage to grab one of his pockets. Yank. And,
what the fuck?
Yep. like pulling a cloth out from under a pyramid of glasses. It just rips right off, and you can see the stitch work where it was stitched into the side of your coat or whatever he had ripped it off of. But there is no more pocket there.
Eidos will just hold that out like him.
And then I'm in Aerith's pockets real quick.
Thank you.
And I'll use that cloth to cover my right eye.
Okay. Got it. All right, you guys sit down on the ship.
Just take Eidos' ghost eye patch.
Just literally close your eye.
Just wink the entire time.
Yep.
No, I'll just cover it just in case.
Okay. Well, for the sake of brevity, I'll say the airship gets landed with minimal damage that Ken is able to easily and quickly repair. And then before you guys into the mountains is a stairway that just sort of you're in a large clearing. The airship landed at your back, and the mountains close in ahead of you, and there's just this one stairway that just sort of winds up. And I couldn't find a map that actually matched how I have it in my head, so it winds up and into the mountains, just seemingly out of sight. And at this point, we have to decide who's going up and who's staying.
I'm going up, obviously. Sebas,
you guys were.
I think all of us and Sebas, right? Because he wanted to talk to them too, but not the Avengers.
All right then, Emmeline will let you know that we'll keep an eye on the ship. I will send you a message, Rose, if we see anything coming at us, and if it gets close, we'll just fly away, and you can let us know when to come back.
Yeah, try not to get the ship broken or any of you dead, and I'm good with that.
You guys do the same.
Yeah.
Even if they're metallics and everything Ken hopes for, they're still dragons.
Right. Do you think I should put this back on? They hold up the mask.
He kind of looks at you.
glass.
Yeah, you know what? We kind of made a good call, actually, huh? Considering we did this the day that we were going to deal with dragons. I don't think they would like that too much.
Right. Shit.
Wait.
Okay, God, fine.
I mean, you don't have to get rid of it just for now.
Yeah, I'll just put it in
my
bag of holding.
Okay, so it's in your bag of holding?
Yep.
Gotcha. Okay. So, the Wanderers of Starlight, accompanied by Sebis Whitmore, head up the path. And the stairs, they're rough-hewn, but it's a solid, like, human gate. It seems to be designed for people. The path continues for probably about 2,000 feet, maybe half a mile up the mountain before it opens into a large clearing. I have notes. I prepped.
What?
Is
No.
this?
Oh, damn it, guys. We went the wrong way.
You also have to all walk a lot slower because I can only move half my speed.
Oh, shit,
That's
you're
true.
right.
You're dragging Rose along.
Yep.
You step out onto a
carrier.
Carry them. I mean, the problem with carrying somebody is then you're moving at half speed. So.
Wait, I have my whistle.
I'll have Fraser.
Doubles your movement speed.
I'll have
the dragons just hear an eagle's cry as we approach.
Very subtle.
I'll have Fraser go carry Rose up the stairway.
I guess I should have asked too. As you guys landed, it is nighttime. Did you want to do this now or rest and then do it in the morning? That I should have called that before we went up the mountains, and it's up to you guys.
Probably morning, first light.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds
And
good.
so you
That'll
guys,
give Rose a chance to actually get some sleep and not be exhausted.
yeah, and you
Hopefully.
keep the you keep unattuned to the
Yeah.
Okay, and it's in your bag of holding.
Yep.
Okay, got it. Alrighty. So anything you guys want to do long rest, or are you guys just going to turn in, rest, and at dawn make your way up the mountain? We can
Probably
just for the
turn
sake
in.
of brevity, we can stand watches, but I'm not going to attack you guys tonight. So
probably just go straight. I'm probably gonna go straight to bed. Ken's probably got a lot on his mind, and having not seen a metallic dragon in God knows how long.
been a while.
Yeah.
All right. So
it's been a while.
we'll say that watches are stood. No one notices anything. You all come to consciousness the next morning. Rose, you are unaffected, unharassed, and you awaken with one less point of exhaustion. You got a good night's sleep.
It was quiet.
What do you guys want to do now?
Time to make this
stairway.
Upstairs.
Eat breakfast and then
the
stairway.
Eat, plan, make the stairway. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so let me get back to where I was. So you step out into what looks like a round plateau. It's got large mountains, just almost sheer cliff faces up on each side. It's about 50, 75 feet in diameter from side to side, and about 120 feet away from you is another stairway that you can see going up into the mountains behind this plateau. In front of the stairway, however, is a massive fuck-off boulder, probably about 50 feet in diameter. And sitting atop it is a young person of indiscriminate gender wearing shimmering robes that look like they're almost crafted from brass itself, with reddish blonde hair and green eyes. They have a huge grin on their face, and as they see you step into the plateau, they wave, "Hi! How's it going?"
It's Kentoji, isn't it?
That better
No, they just have a similar voice to Kentoji because I'm
Pretty
not
good.
Kentoji. If it were Kentoji,
hair,
I'd tell you.
green
It's long hair. They're wearing these shimmering robes. They're very androgynous.
Hello?
We don't have to move the boulder, do we?
It's a great morning.
Do you ask that?
Yeah, fuck it. Might as well.
You do! Good call. You're the smart one.
Yay, I love being... Can I fly over it? Am I allowed to do that?
It's blocking
He just
the
shrugs.
path.
You can try.
Okay. I'm sure I can lift it.
Okay, you get the eagle whistle?
Oh, I joked and said I'm sure I can lift it.
Oh, I thought you said you were going to fly over it.
I mean,
God.
What's the plan here? I made a joke and I got an answer I wasn't expecting.
Follow
I didn't think
through.
you'd figure it out. I assume you're here to talk to us, right? And he looks around at everybody. Well,
Yeah.
Copper dragon, aren't you?
Or bronze.
Or bronze. Brass. Sorry.
Tilts his head.
There's
tilts
so
their
many
head.
metals.
Huh. Well, at least you know what you're doing. Well, okay. Move the rock. And he just sort of like jumps off the back, or they jump off the back of the rock, and then we can talk.
What do you mean move the rock?
Move.
We have to move the rock.
The rock.
Move Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
I mean, is it movable? Can you move it and show us? I don't know if it's movable.
It's movable.
I'm out of dynamite.
No dynamite.
I pull out the gauntlets of ogre power.
Okay.
So
You have to attune to them.
You can sit here for an hour. Hey, I've got an attunement slot.
Here you go, Rose. You don't have the mask on.
Is it like a fully circle boulder? Or
Yeah,
is
it looks like a almost perfectly round. And it's just sort of like sitting. It's not even sunk in or wedged. It's just sitting there, and it's just huge. Just massive.
Does it seem like it's giving off like some form of magic?
Roll me Arcana.
Well, he's doing that. Ken, throw some grease on it. Let's just put it on the ground. Let's just slippery it up.
Okay.
It does not appear to be magical. It just appears to be a big fuck off rock.
If it were to roll, would it roll down the stairs and into the ship?
No. So the stairway itself is only about 10 feet wide, and then it opens into this large plateau, and it's almost like the boulder itself is designed to be rolled from the left to the right, from your perspective. There's like enough room for it to go to the right.
Is it like dragon sized, or is it like our sized?
It is 50 feet in diameter.
Jesus.
So building sized?
Yikes.
Alright.
I guess we're pushing.
The best solution is often the simplest, so we push it.
Which way, left or right?
And left.
Well,
you guys let Rose attune to the gauntlets?
Right, I was gonna say, either you guys go for it right away and I'm gonna sit for an hour and attune, or we wait for a minute.
I mean, we might as well attempt now. If it don't work, we can attune.
Okay. I'll sit while they do that and start the attunement process.
Alright. So everybody who is attempting to push... go ahead, Aerith.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that I'll try and help with my twig arms.
Yeah, right? Everybody roll strength.
Even with the gauntlets, if it's a fucking building-sized boulder, I don't know if that's...
It's still leverage 4-8. Oh, look, yay!
12, 28, 31, 39. Yeah, you all get, and you're like pushing, and your feet start digging in. It does feel like it rocks just a little bit, but then pushes back onto you.
Can I use
that was
my
a good
halberd
try
as a fulcrum and just push up?
Sure.
Okay.
All right. If you guys want to give another strength check as Robert tries that.
Sure.
Wait, who else has long sticks of some sort that won't break?
Nope.
Just shove it under, push up.
Long sticks of some sort. Yeah.
Yes.
It's just you.
Awesome.
Nice.
Oh no. Yay! I rolled above a 10.
Alright, 10, 11, 30, 52. It rocks just a little bit more. Still just settles back into place. After about 5 minutes of wedging and pushing, it is movable. And you guys can tell that, but it needs more effort than you've currently brought to bear.
I'm probably gonna have to do it. I'm probably gonna have to do it, don't I?
Do what?
Do it.
I'm probably gonna have to pull the trigger.
You could do whatever you want. It's up to you guys.
Well, let's.
Are we allowed to break the bolt?
No, let's not.
He's just the test is move the rock.
Are you allowed to help us?
Nope.
Please?
Nope.
Oh.
Good luck.
Can you give us tools?
Nope.
Can you give us a hint?
Move the rock.
Big rocks are heavy. Smaller rocks are lighter.
Anyone can shrink
I
rock.
don't have that spell.
Shrink rock. Oh, wait a minute. If I rage, I'm pretty sure I get advantage on.
You would.
It'll cancel out my disadvantage.
Slapping you. You'd have to take damage every 6 seconds to maintain your rage.
Fuck it, that works because then I can also work on getting tough.
You either got to take damage or just make an attack. You don't even have to deal damage. So if you just want to also try to break a rock, you could just swing on the rock.
Thinking about it, a shoving attack is technically taking an attack, so you could just shove the boulder over.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll allow it. I'll allow it. As long as you're pushing on the boulder, you can maintain your rage. Anything else you guys are bringing to the equation?
Yeah, I'm gonna look at Sebas and like, hey, so I'm gonna be real with you. I haven't been completely truthful about my me as a person. So I'll fully explain later, but just don't be alarmed when this happens. And I pull the trigger.
Okay.
Father's a skeleton, don't worry.
Ken activates his dragon trigger and takes on his half dragon, half platinum dragon form. You hear a ooh, that's interesting.
I mean, I'll summon a flood. Extra pair of hands. He's actually got a +3 in strength, surprisingly, so he could help.
All right.
I want
to people still on the ship.
I want to use Rhymes Binding Ice and create kind of like an ice floor under it.
Okay. All right, on the other side of it and like underneath where it is?
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Isn't there like 4 NPCs still on the ship?
There are, but the ship is half a mile away, and it's up to you guys.
Oh, shit, yeah.
And Rose is attuning, so...
Bird, help!
I have an idea, but I have to finish attunement.
Bird, use the help action.
Idea.
Okay, who's using it on? You? I mean, you already have advantage.
I already have advantage. Yeah, give it to Ken.
Okay, so... Rhymes Binding Ice. Rage. Help action from the bird. Okay. All right. Anything else you guys are bringing?
I got dragon trigger active, so.
Yeah, you have dragon trigger. Okay. Ooh.
Another nat one. Powerful.
No.
Nice, guys.
It's not a nat one, but it's still a 1.
Yeah, that's supposed to be a 12. I don't know why it was an advantage.
My angriness wasn't enough. Wait, you have a... Turn into a T-Rex! Rose, turn into a T-Rex.
I'm busy! Hold on, give me a little bit, and then I can try.
You guys push and push, and it starts moving a little bit, and you're getting it to move, and over about 3 minutes, you slide it about 5 feet. And it slides along the ice before the ice just cracks and melts back into just dirt. And there's a small, like, foot gap where you can see the stairway behind it.
None of us.
See, we moved it. We succeeded.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Hell yeah.
I was waiting for anybody to call it to try to tell him that.
Got it.
Persuasion.
Nailed it.
Hell yeah. Oh, I should... No.
11.
Yeah.
You needed a 10.
Yeah!
All right. You technically did. You're still attuning, right, Rose?
Yep. I'm still sitting on the ground.
He jumps up into the air. All right, well, you guys at least know how to work together, move a big fuck-off rock. Let's see how you do with Let's see. You, no, and he's kind of they're like standing up on the rock, and they've got like one finger in front of their mouth, and they're like tapping it and pointing at each of you individually. Yeah.
I'm
and
still
then they see
pushing
Rose.
the rock just so I have rage. Keep going.
Yeah. Roll me another strike check or athletics with advantage.
Keep pushing, Robert. You got it.
I have 2 nat 20s. Let's go.
Okay. It doesn't really move anymore, but you're raging, and they look down at you. Okay.
Just let him have it.
You! What are you doing? Hold on. Let me see. And they peer and like, ooh, interesting. Okay. All right. Next step. He snaps his finger, defeat the monster. And he clicks his fingers together, and you guys fall into blackness. It is like, and then as you regain your vision, you find yourselves in a cave of some kind.
Rose didn't finish attuning, did she?
No.
Okay.
You are not attuned to the gauntlets, but you did get moved. And
don't forget to put my slide up.
Yeah. I need to get the slot out because he was out as well.
Robert?
Need to get Robert because I
Robert.
grabbed things based off of another map and obviously forgot Robert because he was in hell. But you guys can go ahead and place yourselves how you think you would be in this cave. There is, as you step into it, or not step into it, but as the cave materializes around you, you can still hear that defeat the monster echoing through your mind. And a black hole crackling with purplish white energy is just sort of rippling along the cliff face on this side.
Is that the monster?
I'm trying to get
away from
before. Let's see, where was the
slot
slot last
away from that? We should have just went, y'all. We could see behind. We could see behind the rock. We could have just went.
I mean,
just make a run for it.
Do have capabilities to do it, but I don't think enough of us would have.
Ken, are you gonna armor up?
Yes.
Crawl.
All right. So as you guys position yourselves and are staring up at this, I'm sure I gotta find the slide. Hold on. Oh,
so many things.
I know. I'm trying to when was the last time you used it? There it is.
Where's Slide Boy?
It's on the Polderkin right now, but that's easy to change. Okay. As you guys position yourselves, above you, you see an eye stalk, and then another, and then another, and another, and another. And then what looks to be a bulbous, fleshy ball with a single eye set in the middle of it in a large, fanged and sharp mouth. And as it comes out, foolish adventurers, you dare challenge me, the beholder, in my home?
Will you shut up and get on with it?
You will die.
Can we talk this out?
Yeah, we should. This is just
why did you immediately just jump the kill? Yeah.
We just pushed a rock.
I'm gonna gesture to my slide. I can actually summon something akin to you. I'm kind of down with your whole thing right now.
We can be friends.
Yeah.
See, we were pushing a boulder, and then now we're here.
That's fair. That's fair. Those are all good points. Do you guys want to do this fight now or do this next week?
Yeah, we're at 3-hour mark.
I need to go to sleep. I got work.
So, as the beholder, capital T, capital B, appears from a portal, having been sent here by a capricious brass dragon, it laughs and echoes out, and as it does, you all feel magic stop on you. And we'll pick up with an initiative roll next week.
Yay.
I never got to throw a beholder at you guys. So this will be fun.
I thought beholders were like one of the hardest. Hold up. What level are they supposed to be?
It's a CR 13. 14 if it's in its lair. You're fine.
Okay. Well, good thing I got a
even
bag
know
of
if we're in its lair.
He said, "You
He
dare
said in
challenge
his house.
me in my home?"
Yeah.
So yeah, probably.
Don't worry. Bag of sulfur to the face gets the job done.
One big eye is just angry. But I mean, like, I thought about it. I could have had you guys fight the brass dragon, but like, I don't know. You guys fight a lot of dragons.
Right?
I've never
Yeah,
got to run
mix
a
it up.
beholder before.
Hell yeah.
And now we're all gonna die.
And I'm just gonna lower this so you guys can see. I won't have this up during the fight because it is relatively distracting, but this is his anti-magic cone.
Anti-magic?
Well.
Yep.
Awesome.
Beholder.
Like I said, as it comes out and looks down at you, you feel all of that magic that you're used to feeling. Like the luster in Aerith's hair just drops ever so slightly.
Question.
It's a
Do I
You are
die?
fine. No, you are fine. Strangely enough, you are fine, and as you look down, your starlight artifacts are still active.
What about my armor or my halberd? I'm assuming they're gone.
Your halberd is a non-magical weapon. Your armor it's plate armor. It's still there. It's just not magical plate armor.
So I don't get the benefits of offensive or defensive stance.
Exactly. Not while it's looking at you.
While within the anti-magic field.
The beholder has to look in a direction in order to cast the field, and it has to use its actions, or it can change the direction it's looking on a turn. So that's part of the.
Well, I'm because all of my magic tech.
Yep. It's almost like you guys are an entirely magical party with just a few fighters.
Well, I was mostly concerned I would just straight up die if you looked at me.
Yeah, no, I thought about that. I'm not going to do that to you. That's
as hilarious
cruel.
as that would
Murdered.
be.
I thought the same thing. As funny as it would be, it's just not. That's not fair.
We just lost Robert on the spot.
Yeah.
Robert just stops moving as it comes out. You are so afraid.
Even the beholder's surprised, like, wait, why'd you die?
Why you die,
Dang,
friend?
What? Friend.
Come back.
Cool. Alrighty. Well, thank you guys for playing.
I need a nap.
You sound so excited, Aaron.
You guys,
yeah,
you've made
like
it.
Magic is not my entirety.
Just get out of
made
the
it to
cone.
the trial of the metallics. It's the first trial.
Yeah, you gotta learn how to throw hands.
Yeah, dude. That's why you always gotta be a half caster.
They don't metallics don't just hand out. They always test you. They always
Wait, I do have a question.
Have to make sure that you're worthy of their help and at least of their attention. What's up?
Since Eidos and I are able to poof our weapons into existence from a pocket dimension, do those disappear?
Hold on one second.
Well, mine is my starlight artifact, so no.
His no. You probably have to just get out of the cone.
I know mine was a whole conversation.
You probably just can't summon it. You just have to get out of the cone before you can summon it.
And your Blade Singer lets you do that, right?
No. My Pact of the Blade does.
Ah.
Blade Singer doesn't have that feature.
Das Warlock.
You might need to get out of that cone and then summon your weapon. I mean, if you only got it out, it might just be a regular rapier.
Maybe. If you can get it out of the pocket dimension.
Well, I mean, you were like doing your magic stuff earlier, right? That means you had it out. Didn't
I
it,
did
like,
have it out, but my question is that when he used the anti-magic field, does it disappear?
No,
it
like
disappear,
Robert's
no.
stuff went non-magical, so it's probably just a regular ass rapier now. So
you just
that
wouldn't
means
be
you
able to
probably can't use your intelligence with it.
Bamf
But
it in and out.
You cannot hear the whispers of the previous sword masters guiding you. You are dependent on your own skill at this moment.
Awesome.
It's my longsword to get some mileage on it.
Hell yeah.
Is Ray Spellgar like magic?
Oh fuck!
Does he like stop being magic in the cone? I'm confused. I don't know. I'm concerned.
Ray Spellgar is not The Race Fogar was absorbed. He is the armor,
He
and
became the armor.
right now you have plate armor. So think of him as being off. It's not an anti-magic cancellation. It doesn't cancel magic effects or dispel them. It just suppresses them while they're in the field. So if you cast a spell from outside the field and it passes through the field and then goes out the other side, it becomes magical again. It's only while it's within his vision that it's not magical. So it'll come, like, if you step out, all your magic will come back. Bam.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
He can't use magic in his own cone, can he?
No, the cone is
You
where
don't
he's
know.
looking.
Yeah, so, but like,
but if he tries to like shoot us in the cone,
yeah,
does it indiscriminately cancel all magic or not his because it's his?
I guess we'll find
think
out
it
next
actually
week.
cancels his eye beams, yeah, and I will look that up because I have not run a beholder before.
If that's the case, I'm just gonna stand right in front of him, like, what you gonna do?
With your non-magical weapon.
I can still punch.
He just turns the non-magical area off and hits you with like the disintegration eye beam.
I mean, if he does that, then I can use everything. Well, I already could pretty much use everything without it, because
he's got a bunch. Honestly, if he can't shoot into that zone, I think that's our best bet is to just leave that up, because beholders have a lot of nasty beams with a bunch of different effects that I would like to not have to deal with.
Yeah. Yeah, I just realized. Yeah, I will take. I won't have a higher hit dice, but like every attack pretty much is like, don't matter. I get flat +10 if I hit him, plus my superiority dice, plus rage.
Yep. None of that's magical.
It's like, haha, bitch. See, this is why fighters better than magic.
Hey, give them some fighting words.
It
Strength.
does. The beholder's icon does cancel its own rays.
Hell yeah.
Oh, perfect.
It also prevents
it should be known that the beholder can move its cone at the start of its turn using no action or movement. It just moves it. So, as it starts its turn, it can look away from whoever it wants to blast, and then if you're in it, it can't use its legendary beams on you, but that's
the only two ones that I remember off the top of my head are that disintegration and the one that paralyzes you. But I know it's got like fucking 10 or 12 or some shit. So
it has like 8.
8. No, 10. It's 10.
10? Oh.
We got to be really careful, because if there's that many more of them, just disintegration and paralysis is pretty bad.
Yeah, there's one that slows you, I think.
I'm just gonna stay in its magic canceling because that sounds the safest to me.
All right. Well, I am really excited to see what you guys bring next week, and for the other tests of the metallics, because you guys did see at least 3 or 4 of these plateaus from the air, which means that there are probably more tests.
You would think there'd only be one test for each metallic.
Really? Maybe. I don't know. I was thinking like 6 per color, one for each size, and the ancients get
we
like
better level
3.
up after one of them.
Yeah.
Oh man. All right.
This whole challenge is gonna take the whole week.
If we manage to kill this thing, can we carve it before we get teleported out?
You could certainly try. You can certainly try.
If we get the opportunity to rip off some eye stalks and potentially get different effects to be able to throw some shit in somewhere, I don't know how often we're going to run into beholders, if I'm being honest.
Right.
Hey, what does it do to familiars?
They poof out of existence while it's looking at them, and then when it looks away, they come back right where they were.
Ah, cool. I guess good thing Hawk is over in the corner.
Yep. He hasn't been noticed.
And its field is only when its big eye is looking at the direction. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just whatever direction it's looking in. And I've got the. I'll let you guys know whether you're in it or not.
Wait,
you don't have any way to actively know, but.
So if there's fog, can he still use that vision?
Yeah, so it's not necessarily what he sees. He just casts an anti-magic cone out of his eye constantly.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What about his like other rays of whatnot? Do they have to be? Oh, you have to see a target, or can they just be? Aha, blasting.
Most of them are saving throws.
Ah.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
I mean, that's good for me because at least I don't have disadvantage on those.
That's true.
As opposed to any skill checks at the moment.
Fair enough.
But not great because I'm probably going to get disintegrated.
Say that.
No, it'll be Aerith.
Can't you put him in the jug of whatnot?
The flask?
What?
The flask?
Oh. Yeah. I guess it depends if he's real? Or if it's just a thing that we're like doing because it's a test. I kind of don't feel like Metallic's Dragons just had a beholder in the back pocket and be like, hey, Fred, let's go.
You never know. You never know.
You never know.
Maybe it was like like they hate the beholder and like, you know what? Rather than deal it with ourselves, just send these adventurers and just call it a test.
You guys do it. I'm
like,
too
oh,
busy.
you did it. You killed a beholder. Congratulations. You passed the test.
Oh, thank God that thing's
Thank
gone.
you, guys. The next test is to go kill a bunch of liches, please, if you don't mind.
Help us clean up a little bit.
Yeah. Who knows? I definitely don't. I know that. Mm-hmm.
Oh, my son's in here with me. Oh, God, no.
Yeah.
Hide
We did bring
behind the
him
rock, Sebas. What are you doing here?
What are you doing here?
Why didn't you stay on the ship?
We brought it. He's supposed to talk to the Metallics.
I got
he had to come with.
I know, but why did they tell... The dragon was looking at him. It's like, yes, I noticed one is considerably weaker than the others. Let's send him along
weaker.
with.
He's fine.
Not considerably weaker.
What level is he?
He's level 9. He's a level 9 fighter.
He's slightly weaker.
He's slightly weaker.
He probably has more hit points than Aerith.
He's not level 7 like the Avengers, who did get level 7 after Pirate Isle.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever mentioned that to anybody, but they did get level 7 after the Pirate Isles.
I'm so proud of
fighting
you.
that they were having to do with the ships.
I'm gonna say, what about his magic items? But it's not like it's gonna matter in this fight.
Yeah.
If the beholder is looking at him.
Yeah.
He didn't have his hammer out either, so
No.
he's gonna have to find magic and then get his hammer.
You could always throw hands, Sebas.
Yep. Throw hands against tentacles.
Quickly switch into a monk.
Let me go ahead and bring the other player's son that I created from the other campaign that was a monk.
Wow. Ha!
That was Roland. This is actually not the first time that I've had one of my player characters have a kid that I brought in as an NPC to fight alongside them.
The other one died, so sorry.
Yeah. He did. He died protecting you all, though. He died.
Yeah, he still did die, though.
Fox and I don't have a good rap bringing players' sons into dungeons, so...
Yeah.
I'm sure.
I'm not smiling, you're smiling.
Yeah, Sebas, if you see us dying, run the other direction. Don't protect us.
Where the fuck is he gonna go?
He looks around
and
goes,
hide behind the rock. There's a rock. I want you to hide behind it.
Okay.
Listen to your father.
Listen to your father, young man.
Now listen here, young boy.
Boo, fuck you, Dad.
That was a DC 100 group strength check to move the boulder, and everything you guys did, affected it, and you had it at an 80, and you rolled an 80.
Yep.
Yeah.
You guys, like...
You even did it without my help and 2 natural ones. Well, 1 natural one and an unnatural one.
Yeah, a natural and a dirty.
And a dirty one.
Gotta love that
certainly
rage.
Was dirty.
Oh, man.
Rage for the win, baby. I completely forgot it did that. Alright, I need sleep. I'm going to bed.
Fair.
Y'all have fun.
Yeah. Have a good night, everybody. I will see you all on Saturday.
No, tomorrow.
Beholder! It's in my notes that he's hammed up to 11.
Hell yeah.
Oh, that's the
I love
worst
him.
level.
Alright, I'll be on G's laptop in a second.
Okay.
I'm gonna rip this man's eye stalks off.
Hell yeah. Get him.
I'm gonna do my outro. Alright, thanks so much for watching, guys. Like he said, we're gonna continue this hopefully next Saturday at 7:30 PDT. And, you know, pray for all of us as we go against this beholder. But yeah, there is going to be another session for Curse of Strahd tomorrow around 8 to 8:30 PDT, sorry. And we're just gonna hopefully survive Barovia, so who the hell knows. But yeah, if you definitely missed the session, there will be a replay on Twitch, or you can go to my YouTube channel, Aurora Phoenix, the link should be in my profile. And you can even catch the other sessions of my other campaigns that I'm currently in, at least electronically. But yeah, thanks so much, and I hope to see you guys